Do we look pretty?
Now.
It's gonna show up on that when it's live.
You look great.
Well, it should show up there when it's live.
Vic.
Vic, how do I look?
No.
I don't know. How's Tyrone look? Is that angle good for him?
What's
He looks-
Tyrone looking like?
He looks like a. I want to see him like a Luke Skywalker Jedi outfit, kind of. Like
Tyrone?
the desert outfit.
Yeah.
Or maybe like the Princess Leia.
What about
hair.
an Ewok?
Ewok. Oh, yeah. He kind of
Whatever
already
he
is an
likes.
Ewok.
He's like 50% of the way there.
Yeah.
He needs like a more teddy bear face, ears.
I wish I had some Ewok friends.
You do.
Yeah.
They're
You
literally
don't
all
have to-
on the radio
There
show
may be,
tonight.
yeah.
What's an Ewok?
One of them may be in the room right now.
Oh.
What's an Ewok? Is that something?
Star Wars.
I'm gonna
yeah.
pull up
Ah.
a
The little
photo.
guy.
Yeah, you know I'm not in. I've never seen it.
You never saw Star Wars?
Chill,
No.
chill reacts to an Ewok.
Star Wars. Chill reacts to an Ewok. Yeah. Post some Ewok vids.
Okay.
Chill, you watch Star Wars?
I try.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I like the OG
I don't
ones.
think I've watched. Yeah.
I had the
That-
VHS
I
as a
like
kid.
tried as well.
I have
So,
VHS and I
Star
never
Wars or
watched
Star Trek?
I watched Mandalorian.
What that is?
It's on Disney Plus.
It's a spin-off.
it.
Alright.
It's a Star Wars something.
Alright.
Oh, also if you get chilly, there are blankets to the side.
canon.
Oh God. Okay.
I am the man, no Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Lil Wayne.
Fuck yeah.
We should get Lil Wayne on the show.
We should. You want to holler at him?
Is he just in Miami, like,
What
in
you
like
gonna
a
talk to him about?
psychosis state right now? I feel like
He looks clean now. He look like he's sobered up. He
Really?
look healthy.
Is he vegan
yeah.
too?
his.
I don't know if
his-
he's vegan.
Like everybody else?
He still throws shitty shows.
Yeah, I never liked the shows. But I mean, you know, he's a legend.
Some artists are great artists,
artist,
but
not an
also
event
great
planner.
scammers too. You know.
You say he's a scammer?
No, I'm just saying there are some artists who are great artists, but also great scammers.
The art of
Yeah.
scamming.
Yeah.
The game of I
Yeah.
like.
Some artists be scamming.
You know,
their
I like
people
the
out of money.
Joanne the scammer. That was my favorite scammer.
Who?
Oh yeah, Joan the
Yeah.
Scammer.
Oh, yeah.
She was hot.
Yeah. That was
Wait, whatever happened to her? She's still doing her thing.
Yeah. I seen her
She
on
retired?
Instagram not too long ago.
She works at the bank now.
Probably.
You ever heard of TJ69?
Yeah, know about TJ69.
That's my favorite scammer.
The Walmart scammer.
Yeah, it's my favorite scammer.
He is a dirty little dude, though. He was. I seen this video.
Please tell us more.
Yeah. What's
I mean, his whole jokes was teaching people how to scam through his raps. He was a scam rapper,
Oh,
and he just talked about how he scammed the Walmarts.
It's a hell of a brand.
And it's over for him now because you know that he didn't ran his jug up.
Can't scam.
I think he in jail now. To be honest with you.
You think so?
Scammer
No,
of the
I'm
week.
pretty sure I
You
seen
just
it.
think
You're
so?
not a scammer if you go to jail.
No, I seen
Oh, you could be a
recent
failed
video
scammer.
of him like
You're
arrested.
revoked.
Oh wow.
You can't scam online and say that you scamming.
Yeah, and then tell them how you scam.
And tell them how you scam. Yeah, don't work like that.
Are you friends with any scammers?
I'm pretty sure I was. I don't know. Yeah.
There's some in there. for sure.
There's some in there.
I've been scammed
Yeah.
Have you been
by
scammed?
friends.
Oh shit.
Same.
Yeah, me
Definitely
too.
Same, yeah.
I don't like, you know.
Friends, actually, if you're gonna get scammed, it's probably gonna be by
Well,
a friend.
I
I've been
used
scammed
to-
by men.
I used to scam when I was a kid, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just part of the game, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, it charges you out to the
You
game.
live and you learn, you know.
You said when you were a kid?
You just scam my heart.
When I was a kid, we used to scam pedophiles.
my heart was scammed. You would scam pedophiles?
We used to scam pedophiles.
Wait, how
Righteous
would you?
scammer.
It was like Robin Hood shit.
How would
Why
you
don't you have a
How would you
seat
go
over
about?
here?
Well, my cousin
Finding out
my
the-
cousin is a legit hacker. And he
He's a
taught,
legit pedophile.
He taught me how to hack when I was like 9 or 10. He's like 7 years
What
older.
is
than
going
me.
on?
Kenneth is a hacker, and Kenneth was he got expelled. He got caught up by the FBI because he was like hacking his high school and shit.
That's
What
awesome.
the
But we
fuck?
was doing
Doxing
credit card.
Kenneth.
We was doing credit card scams. He out of it. We was doing credit card scams. But what we did was there was this shit called back office at the time. It was just basically like you can get access to someone else's computer once you put a virus on it.
Yeah.
And so what we would do is pedophiles, you would elicit nude photos of kids.
Right.
So they would click on it and then they would give you then you would have access to their information.
Right.
So we was just doing like you know, we was getting Dreamcast, Samurai Swords, shit like
I thought
that.
you would like put like nude photos of
Wow.
adults on their computer, like as a prank.
yeah. And
Oh, I hate this.
But,
Next
but,
level.
Naked adults.
but then we would
And-
just we
and
would
this
just
is
like
this is in the 90s, right?
this like 98 to like
This is like
2003.
72.
I was young, but
Oh,
he
like
was like
5
17.
years younger.
But he was getting everybody for the whole family. We was just getting orders, packages, and shit. Just dumb shit.
That's
you know?
insane.
PlayStations.
That's scary.
But we was
I'd
up.
be afraid.
But the thing was, we was uptown, so they never thought twice about like little kids doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had all type of little shit we was running at the time. But
That's hilarious.
that's how I got into like music.
Okay, that was I did not
Scamming
see that coming.
pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
So yeah, because you would
Beautiful story.
from
you would
scamming
sell music
pedophiles.
in the yard.
Well, I was also
You would bootleg.
bootlegging CDs.
Right. I did a
so
little bit of that.
That was like, so I had access to like a lot of bootleg CDs, and
Right.
you know, from the computer shit, I was into music. That was my young adolescent. I wasn't even an adolescent. I was a fucking kid doing that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should have scammed more pedophiles in my youth. I think.
You should have. It's a good jokes.
I don't know.
It's a good jokes to the
My
FBI catch you.
twinkiness, my twink days are behind me.
That was when American Pie was out.
What a time.
Yeah.
American Pie.
What a time to be a straight
I'm
guy.
telling you my age.
You know.
What a time to be a
What a
straight
time
guy.
to be straight.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Ain't that right? Yeah, a little hetero.
Yeah.
Look, we got you front and center. We had you front and center. Well, Vic moved it now,
my
so
bad.
yeah.
my
As soon as I
bad.
said something,
I'm almost there. Oh,
Yeah.
we should be live right now. I'm trying to
We
get out.
live.
I'm trying to get away from this Skrillex fire.
Y'all like hip hop?
No.
No. Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
what time is it?
It's 6:01.
It's 8:01.
Yeah, I was talking to this kid at my job. He was like 20, and I was like, he said the Young Thug was like some old head shit.
Wait,
That's so
what?
crazy.
Yeah. I was like shocked. Like I like fell to my knees.
How old are you, Tucker?
You
I'm
might have to
29.
close out a bunch
Should
of
I
those
be
things on your
offended?
computer.
The kids in
I'm
my class
offended.
refer to me as they asked me about things from the olden times.
Oh.
They're like, you were
Oh.
born in the 1900s.
Yeah,
They
dude.
say that to
Oh,
me.
word? They
What?
talk.
Yeah.
They talk
The
like that to you.
19
They're like, you were born in the 1900s. They're like, tell us
they-
about the olden
The fuck?
times. I'm like,
They so petty.
they're hilarious. TikTok has ruined them, but it's
Ah,
so
they
funny.
petty.
Yeah.
I love that.
Little bastards.
I must be
The 1900s.
I must be ancient.
You little bastard. Yeah.
Bastard's an accurate term for that.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
if you was born in like 1920 and a nigga was born in 1880, you know what I'm saying? That sound crazy to you. Anybody born in 1800s probably sound nuts, you know?
They think it was 2 million years ago. They really
Yeah.
do. I asked them that the other day.
When you think about how different the world was, like pre 9/11, it is like a completely different world. You know, I feel like in America, especially, that's all I know.
And think about this.
Are you-
2010
Yeah,
is 13 years ago.
yeah. Awful.
I mean, my brother and sister were born in 2000, and they're of drinking age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like crazy to think about.
Wow. We just talking about age today, huh?
It's got more big.
Ageism. How y'all feel
Ageism.
about ageism, though? Like, the older you get, the more irrelevant you become.
I honestly
It's a
kind of
fact.
support it.
Or like reverse ageism also though. Like I feel
Wait,
like
which
there's-
part you support? I'm too
Well,
hot.
I mean, all that being said, I think it's like all how you allow yourself to age. But most people who are older think that they can get away with whatever the fuck they want because they're old. And it's like, no, you can't.
I think there's a lot of lead paint going on in boomers' heads right now. You know what I'm saying? They got all the lead paint they grew up with. I think that.
Oh yeah.
I think there's something wrong with them. I don't think it's an age thing. I think like something's wrong specifically
I don't
with
know.
them.
I feel like they really just be out here wilding. And they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, the lead paint. I'm telling you.
Well, hey, it is the top of the hour.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's
Set
time, it's
radio.
time to start. The Set radio.
I think it's time to actually start.
Well, let them see us then.
Look at us.
Let them see us. Are we live?
We are live.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
We back. It's another episode with Free Trial, me, and the Lord Chiller himself. And we got some special guests tonight. Oh, you turning me down, huh? I'm too hot. too hot for TV.
Yeah,
crackling.
you're too hot.
I'm
But
too
everyone
hot
says
for
about
TV.
everyone says that about you.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is, yeah.
We
No
got.
one's saying
Who
that.
should I introduce first? It's a toss up.
Well, I feel like you could go in
Left to
order around the
Should
room.
go
I've
in
already
order.
introduced these two
All right,
clowns.
if you want to-
All right, I'm gonna talk about them. Well, we got my homegirl Gabriella in here. She's an amazing DJ. When I first heard her, she was playing a Bajork remix, and I was like, "Yeah,
How dare you pronounce her name like that?
how you say Bajork?
It's Bjork.
Bjork? I say Bajork.
You could have played that off as a joke.
Oh, I literally said that. I'm from the
He said it was a remix.
I'm from the South.
We
bro.
appreciate her on a deeper level than you.
But
Hey,
Bajork?
I forgive everything because you
No,
weren't
I support
joking.
it.
I'm from the- I'm
We're
from
all
the
saying
South.
Bajork in 2023.
I'm from the South. That's like
Honestly,
Vemu.
it's kind of great.
Yeah, but she was playing a remix and it was hot, and I was like, "Yo, that's hard." You know? Run it up. But actually, when I do see Gabriella play, it's always like very technical and very on point, and I always appreciate it. Even though if I don't say nothing, I just be watching. You feel me? And we got my other homegirl, Mikayla, in here. She is like the culture bearer at the St. Vincent, but she been doing that kind of shit for like the last since I know you was doing that shit on St. Charles.
Yeah. I mean, I was like
yeah.
4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. 6.
Yeah, I remember you was running your play.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I met her through the Pink Room, you know what I'm saying? So, Mikayla, another like culture bearer in the city, and she's the reason why Stony Blues coming down to the city this weekend. So, give them a hand clap for it, like a hand clap.
Yeah, we only use practical effects in here, no sound effects,
That was
no
our first-
samples.
That was our first hand clap we did.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
It was good.
I'm honored.
Yeah, how you
Thank
feel
you.
I
about
would try it again.
How you felt about the hand clap?
You know, hand claps. So I think hand claps are triggering to people who have like sensory issues. You know, so I think it's better to go like this. Even that's kind of like a sensory issue also. Maybe just like hot take. Are we starting the show this soon with that
No,
now?
I don't want to start with that shit because you're gonna get me heated, and it's gonna go in another place.
I'm trying to upset you.
No upset, man. How was your weekend, Jill?
How was my weekend? Did a lot of soul searching this weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I'm excited. I'm excited for
Stony.
for
Or just
everything.
life?
Just everything we have planned. I can't
Okay.
wait. It's gonna be fun.
So
Yeah, yeah.
How'd the Stony thing come to fruition exactly?
So a mutual friend of ours, Ruben, tattoo artist / just like multimedia artist in New York. He always mentioned that he was friends with this guy, and we had worked with his partner on some like previous events with a designer through Vogue at the hotel, and I just saw the Helicopter Swag remix like video on Instagram, and I messaged Ruben. I was like, "Yo, I want him to come here. Like, what's up?" And then he immediately just like connected us over text, and it was just kind of easy from there.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
Stony Boo playing St. Vincent this Friday and also Setdeflo Saturday.
It's a big
Right,
baller weekend.
right.
It's a money making
Yeah,
weekend.
it's a
baby.
money making weekend. It's just like fun all around because Chapel in the hotel is its own vibe, and then what Cav and Chill are gonna have at Setdeflo is gonna be just like straight energy, and that's what I pitched to him. I was just like, yeah, come down, we can put you up. Let's like have like something chill with a couple of DJs I like fuck with, and then you can do something really high energy that like involves a touch on the pulse in the city, and this is the person I'll link you with.
Am I hot? Cause
I got you
cool,
almost
cool.
off,
well,
but
you can hear me though, right?
I can hear you.
I just need I'm gonna just get headphones so I can hear myself. So how you feel about what is seen at now when it comes to like artists in the scene, like just energetically wise? Because after the pandemic, I felt like we had a whole shift of energy. You was here pre-pandemic, so you know what the
Right.
energy was like But how you feel like what is seen at now post-pandemic?
So I mean, I feel like it was definitely a reset for the city in a lot of ways. Obviously, I feel like Pink Room had kind of a monopoly on the city's energy for a little minute. I mean, even the fact, I still tell people to this day, like, the fact that y'all are able to pull off a weekly successfully is, like, fucking insane.
Yeah, me and Chill was dead by that.
It's crazy because nobody can do that. Like, people have been trying, and even in other cities, it's, like, so hard. There are just, like, particular parties that can pull it off. And so, I mean, you know, just having the palate cleansed in that way after the pandemic and everyone had a reset, nobody really has the bandwidth to work as hard as they did prior, you know, and then going out, you know, just takes so much energy and like social energy and things like that. But, you know, having something like what you do, I feel like it's a different energy every time.
Well, and you know, we've been discussing this, like me, Vic, Chill. Honestly, we've been discussing and I don't know if I want to like put that out there, but if, you know, I feel like the people who's watching the show right now is going to be our family anyway. Like, coming back to get close to a weekly, because I feel like that energy is needed to have a raw dance floor. Right now, I think we talked about that on one of the episodes with Rock. It was like, it's just gathering spaces, and it's not really a space where people could come and just have an authentic lose yourself place that you could go to every week, or have the access to go to meet people that you know is gonna be there and that you're gonna fuck with. And like, if everything else fails, you know, before the pandemic, me and Chill was like right there in the mix. Now it took a lot out of us, and also it took a lot of work to get to that place.
It's a lot of
yeah,
work
it's a bitch
to do a
It's a bitch.
weekly.
But I'm kind of excited to get back to that, especially where we at. Especially like from our last show at the Domino, it was so much fun. You know, that shit was crazy. I had such a good time there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was incredible.
I mean, why do you think you were able to do it so successfully?
Because me and Chill
The first time.
just did the work every week. We really just talked to each other. It was like, hey man, this is gonna work out. We just gotta keep going, and we just like worked through the process of what worked and what didn't work. And at a time, I remember 2018, there was one night they had a sentence night, and no one showed up.
I think it was like the second ascendance or some shit like that.
But they had just moved to Cafe Escobar.
Yeah.
Well, what was the first one at?
It was at Sydney's. They used to be at Sydney's.
Wow.
That's when they started. And so me and Chill looked at each other.
Yeah, I remember.
At the high ho.
Yeah, it was, bro.
The high ho is unforgiving.
Yeah.
If a nigga not in there, a nigga not in there. And you can walk in there and nigga look at y'all. Me and Chill is in the middle of the floor. So we put ourselves on Front Street. Yeah. So it's like, all right, niggas ain't here. We see niggas come in, turn around, like we walk into Ascendant. Cool. Yeah. So me and Chill really had to put on a show every week. We had to put on
it's not just like sets. No. Like it was performances.
No, we had to put on a show, and if we didn't, niggas was gonna leave. Yeah. So one night we started gaining momentum, and we did a couple of things to really gain momentum. But I remember like 2018, me and Sonali have our up and downs, but she came and yelled at me one night. She told me, I don't know if you remember this, Chill. She said, Cal, what the fuck you doing? This shit, you need to be fucking going hard. You not fucking keeping up with the culture. These motherfuckers are sitting busting your ass, da-da-da-da. And I went home, man, and I almost cried. I stayed in my bed. You know how you lay down and just look up to the ceiling?
Yeah. What the fuck am I doing?
What the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing?
DJing? This is my life.
I'm a fucking DJ?
Yeah, so that was like, that's my reality.
Is this what it has come up to?
Because I'm trying to figure it out.
I remember in 2018 when that night, I remember looking at him Like, yo, like
What the fuck was that?
it was fun.
It's like
It
like
was fun while
Sisyphus.
it was
But
it was fun while he lasted,
but the
bro.
thing
Like,
was, we
yeah.
kept going
yeah.
through that, and we kept building through that,
Yeah.
and we just started slowly
Yeah.
building momentum until we got to a fever pitch. What was so heartbreaking, when we got to a fever pitch, the pandemic happened. Like, soon as we got to a fever pitch.
And we
Bounce Night.
We always
No,
would talk
it
about
wasn't
it
even
too.
that. You was there.
Yeah.
Bounce Night was
Heavy-
the last event
No,
before
Heavy
the
Pleasure
pandemic.
was the last event.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Heavy
I
Pleasure.
was-
It was Heavy
Because
Pleasure.
Because I remember being like, damn, I was
No,
like
it was Heavy
filming
Pleasure.
bounce videos.
No,
and
yeah.
Now
Sis-
there's
we
a
did
disease
we
everywhere.
did a night with Sizzle, and
And
that was the most ass shaking I've ever seen.
And we used to always talk about like have levels. Like, okay,
Yeah.
like we're at a 7 when we first
Yeah,
started. Okay, now
yeah.
we at an 8.
And
You
we
know, oh shit, we went back down to a fucking
Yeah.
5.
Category
6.
5.
Yeah,
And
we
then,
got
like,
to we
yeah,
got we
at
got
the
to a 9,
pandemic,
we got
we was
to a
at a
9,
10.
and we wasn't even
Yeah.
that. Because I put it like this: Chill, probably the best fucking live performer that you can
Hands
see
down,
in the
yeah.
city outside of Hot Sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga a different level.
Now,
Hot Sizzle's an alien.
Hot Sizzle's a different breed.
But when you
Yeah.
come see Chill, you're gonna see a fucking show, and that's the difference with me and Chill. Like, we could put on a show, and we haven't even got into our full pocket yet. A lot of people don't know because after the pandemic, they haven't seen us. So once we get like we really rusty right now.
So
Like-
what do you feel like is what do y'all feel like is different now compared to pre-pandemic in the dance music scene?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I personally think a lot of people had time to reset. A lot of people had a lot of ideas. A lot of people thought it was a good time to take advantage. So I personally just see a lot of shit happening that doesn't make sense.
We could talk shit if you want to talk shit. We could let the
I mean, you know.
Well,
Basic integrity.
in the
Yeah.
olden days, to borrow a phrase from earlier, in the olden days, anyone that was like doing this shit was like hardcore. You know?
Yeah.
But now it's like it's a lot of like kind of like fast casual.
we was in it
kind of
because
vibes.
we love this shit. We was in
Yeah.
it because when I
I
met
mean, to
Chill,
pull off
And-
a successful weekly,
Yeah.
you gotta be like
we
gritty.
loved it.
Like,
You gotta
in
like the
it.
shit. We wasn't making no fucking money. When I met Chill, bro, Chill was at Po' Boys yelling at 10 niggas. They had 10 niggas in there, and I say, no,
For
this
real,
nigga,
that's what I'm saying.
this nigga is nuts.
Nobody's doing that.
I wanna-
shit.
I want to fuck
Nobody's
with him.
doing that. If you don't have a full room, everybody's so discouraged. If they're not making like, not saying that people shouldn't be like, you know, demanding what they're worth, but it's just like the venues in New Orleans don't make money.
They
Like,
don't. They
it's
don't.
just like you got to be realistic about it. It's like if you are here and you care about the culture here and what's going on in this city, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
Like
Nah.
straight up,
It
it can't be.
The
Can't be
money,
about
the
the
money
money.
come. That's a whole different place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I like
like-
that you brought that up for real.
right.
Yeah.
You gotta go to like, you gotta DJ at like Barcadia or some shit.
Like for real,
yeah.
you gotta like
And
sell
play
your
top 40,
you gotta
like, yeah,
sell
play-
your soul
go
a
play
little
some top
bit.
40.
I was doing the booth for fucking
Yeah,
4
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So
Like hating that shit.
that's kind of the whole
Yeah.
theme of this episode is how to keep your artistic integrity in the music industry. Like, how do you hold on to that
You get fucked
while
in the
also
ass.
pay your bills? You know,
That's what
is it
happens.
is it doable?
Well,
Is it possible?
I think
Yeah.
back to that
no,
question.
I was gonna ask Gabriella.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
I was gonna ask Gabriella, like when did you arrive on the scene?
Well, I got to New Orleans August in 2019.
Okay.
So I had 6 months before the
Oh,
pandemic
right before
hit.
the pandemic. Bet.
And I wasn't doing music before the pandemic. I was curating playlists when I lived in Michigan for years, like deep in SoundCloud for my ex-boyfriend who was a DJ.
Mm.
And so during the
all
pandemic,
his
we all had
time.
a lot of time to sit and think. And I was like, what was I doing? I was like, I got all these playlists. Let me just fuck around and see. But the first night, the first show, as soon as things started to open up again, that I really went to and really enjoyed was Setdeflo at Hi-Ho.
Oh,
And I
word.
went back a couple days later and it wasn't the same. And I was like, fuck is this shit? What is this? And so I
No.
remember, I was like, okay, that is where I want to be. And it was just interesting because like throughout the pandemic, I spent so much time like digging for music and like learning how to DJ and like, you know, just like watching and like observing and learning. And so I guess for that to be my first experience out, like I hadn't been to like literally anything else in the city before that.
That's funny because we hated those shows.
But
Well,
to me,
well,
I've never seen anything like
It was
it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
we-
first
that
thing
was
I went
anything
to
like
too.
it.
Yeah.
we hated them because at
That
that
one
point
either.
we had lost our sound man, And I was in a heated, like, inside, back behind the scenes fight with the ownership. And I was really about to fuck over them. And it got to a place where I did curse them all out and crashed out. And I can't even walk back in there. But, you know, how did you feel like, how did you, like, operate into just turning just like, say, I'm about to DJ, I'm about to go out on a limb and do this? Because I know it's kind of like nerve-wracking at first to just be in front of people.
It's still nerve-wracking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you feel when you're on stage in front of a bunch of people?
I guess like one thing, like I have social anxiety, so people don't understand it until I like illustrate them. Like I'm literally behind a deck doing one of the things that I love most in the world. So I'm in a room with people that want to be there. And so for me, it's like a meaningful way of engaging where it's still like I still get to be doing something that's like, this is like really nourishing for me, and I don't have a bunch of like random interaction. So it's actually a really special way for me to engage with people that I don't even know or that I do know. But I guess like part of the reason, like, and this is, I'm just kind of realizing this as I'm saying it, but like it's important for me to play only shows that I really align with and only do things that I really want to be doing with people that I really enjoy doing it with. Because if I'm not, then I'm around a bunch of people that don't care if I'm successful or not. I'm around a bunch of people that, you know, don't care about what I'm playing. And like for me, I'm like, I can't do it.
Well, you know.
Well, I don't want to do it.
No, it's soul wrenching.
I always thought the scene was missing female DJs, especially in the house and like electronic scene.
I mean, it's non-existent.
Across the board. Yeah. Just because, I mean, number one, I feel like that feminine energy is needed in the scene because it's too fucking broy sometimes. I feel like, you know, people want to see pretty women. Like, that's a whole nother thing. That's outside of the fact of that. But we just need, like, I feel like when women do shows, especially what you do with Lady Lavender and Dime, that energy is needed, like a trio. Like, all of that shit was, like, not here pre-pandemic. I mean, and we got legs, and we have Jess, and they do Where My Girls At, but they more into the hip hop, on the hip hop scene. And Rakim is a good DJ as well.
Rakim's lit.
I fuck with Rakim.
Yeah.
But they remind me of this go back way back. They remind me of Bombshell Boogie. She was like popping in like 2009.
Bombshell Boogie.
Yeah, 2009. She actually came to one of the shows at the Chapel, and I was like, yo, like she was just like excited to see us play, but I didn't see her in so long. But female DJs is like far and few in between in the city. Do y'all see some like up and coming female DJs coming up that y'all fucking with?
Yeah, I definitely do, and it's cool to see like more people getting into dance music as well. I always think of Spinelli off top. Like,
I love Spinelli.
I love her energy. Like, I just love she's like what she's like choosing things that she wants to do, and she's like making it happen, and she's just like got such good energy, and like
she's a real person.
We never got to work together yet, and I'm really excited. I hope we do get to work together soon. Just because I get excited when I see her do the things that she wants to be doing, and she's good at it.
Yeah, I got her at Bud Rips on June 30th, I think, July. And I got you too, actually.
Yeah, coming up.
July 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, word. That's how you rocking?
That's how I'm rocking.
You're not getting me. You're not bringing me back.
You want to come back?
I'd like to.
All right. Well, let's talk with the board members. We'll see if we can squeeze you in.
Let's see what works out.
Yeah.
Let's see what works out.
Yeah, we got our lawyers to discuss everything.
I mean, like, back to that question though too. It's like any up and coming like female DJs, like, you know, to like just come full circle. I think the big thing that y'all did with like Pink Room and Setdeflo was like you really connected the culture with electronic music, you know, that wasn't being done in a way that wasn't being done, and that's huge. And you know, even here, and just being real, it's like still behind, you know.
No.
And it's like, but it's like you at least like help push that forward. And I mean, there are some really dope, you know, female DJs, trans DJs, you know, like however you want to like say it or put it, but there are DJs like Eden and Jelly. Like Eden is like fucking so hard. Like she does like this UK bass shit, and she's like this ethereal, pretty like little fairy like girl, and she goes so hard. And I think it's just like, you know, I think it's so important to still do the work and crossing, you know, those cultures and those genres. And I think that y'all are two of the only people that can do that here.
It was about tapping in. And, I mean, when me and Chill started the night, you know, it's really about having a place for people to have all walks of life and not alienate no one. That was the main mission, you know what I'm saying? And we get all type of criticism sometimes, but, you know, I mean, that comes.
They'll catch up.
That comes with the territory. And speaking of like being behind, yeah, the city's behind. And when I was playing Jersey in 2018, and niggas was looking at me crazy. So I'm like, oh, this is too fast for y'all at the time. I'm playing 130, it was too fast. So really, why we even got popping, like it was like a lot of shit like that, like, yo, we got to slow this shit down to some disco shit because that's the kind of tempo. The crowd kind of dictates where we went with the shit. We was trying to push the sound, but also that's why it's so important us bringing Stoney down and bringing other artists down so people could get acclimated with what the sound is across the country right now and just across the world, because we trying to push the sound in New Orleans, and New Orleans has the best fucking DJs, but we just don't have the infrastructure to push it. So it's important for like Mikayla to be in a position to like book talent and say like, all right, now you can see talent at St. Vincent, so I give it validity. Because when we do shit independently, okay, this shit it's not as valid. We just starting to give validity.
Isn't that insane?
You know what I'm saying?
If you do it independently, it's not as valid. But if you have like a corporate entity sponsoring you, then it
bullshit.
becomes this valid
that's
thing.
bullshit.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh, now we can fuck with this. You know?
Like,
Welcome to New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, I've been, you know, caring about this shit for so long, even before I came here. Like, I'm from Mississippi, you know, so like nobody was like looking at me twice. So it was like, you know, it's just like, this is the same shit that I've always cared about, but you make it look nice, and you got like somebody's backing behind your branding, and then all of a sudden it's something. And I mean, I have to like kind of live with that every day, that I wasn't able to just like get to this point on my own and just off of my own, like, you know, integrity and resources. And but it's like I'm keeping my integrity in the mix. I'm not like bowing down for shit. So I just have to like die on that fucking hill, you know?
You got to stand on business.
Yeah. And it's like I'm learning shit from it, et cetera, et cetera. But like regardless of that, it's just like there's so many DJs from the South who, I mean, even Stoney, like he's in New York now, but he's from Texas. Yeah. So it's like so many people, even Daria or Board Lord, you know, like playing from like Memphis and shit.
Board Lord
like,
went hard.
So
I
hard.
thought that was from San Francisco. No?
Yeah, but like I know she was like involved in some Tennessee shit.
Memphis? Word. That's crazy.
So it's just like, just having like people who like understand that like need for like hard beats and like melody and involving that in electronic music, which is like what really touches people in the South the most. I feel like, you know, just involving those people who can like really like transition it and make people understand the importance of this and like how it can make you move just the same. It's like so important.
It's soulful music to me, and I feel like the reason kind of like I got into this shit was because it was missing soul. And like when we play, I try to play house like I play rap music, because that's where I started. I started in hip hop, so I try to play it like hip hop. So that's why I'll do a lot of fast cuts and just like go from place to place with it, and try to just keep the energy of what's going on in the lexicon of society right now. If you like, because I would love to play just straight up deep house sets, but it's not going to resonate with our community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I put Kodak Black in a deep house set, it's going to be like, oh, okay, I can resonate with this somewhere. Like,
but
now this shit moves
surprising
me.
people makes it so much more beautiful anyway.
Yeah,
That's making bridges.
Yeah, it's fun. But you know what's crazy? When I first started playing, Jalen was the really one. Jalen Quickweave is the one who taught me how to play house. Like, Chill know this because Jalen opened up for us for the first year. Like, straight up every week he was with us. And Jalen wouldn't give a fuck who was in there.
Bro, I used to want him to close.
He's so hard.
I used to not want him to open.
But what happened was they would leave. They would just
Yeah.
leave. They would come in and leave because this like 2017.
That's why I didn't want him to open because I'm.
I know what
he too deep. He too deep for
He's
these
so
motherfuckers.
good.
Yeah, he was too deep.
Yeah,
but
he needed us to like soften him up, having it, then like bam, then he just take him to another fucking.
we got him going with K Tronada. Like K Tronada is like the introduction to house music to niggas.
It is.
So it is. Like K
That's the
Tronada,
Spotify bio, actually.
Yeah, the introduction to house music to niggas.
Yeah.
He is
They got a
though.
lot
Like,
of flack for that.
but the thing is, it's work though because he's so good. He's Dilla.
We should put that in our
Dilla.
bio.
Yeah.
He has, and you know, because Dilla had like the Dilla swing.
He
It's
got
like,
the
come
swing.
on, K
He
Tronada
got the
has his
fu-
own swing.
He got the
It's
kicks
like,
and the bass, and it's
how many
just
people
like
can say that?
I don't know, man. K-Tra got the fucking vibe, but you know,
But we want to keep people from listening to the same shit.
that's the part.
See
Yeah.
that? Yeah, look, this made
Yes.
sense 4 years
But
ago.
I still gotta play "Be Your Girl" every set.
I know. We know you do.
I have to because if I don't, niggas gonna be mad at me. And if on a Saturday, I want you to at
Let
least
people be
leave
mad
with
at you.
one song that you like, and I'll play that one song for you. I'll play that to Stevie Wonder. You're gonna hear that in my set,
Yeah.
just because me and Chill perfected it. Yeah,
I feel like I can't
Yeah.
play that. I feel like I can't play that song.
because I
I feel
played
like
it.
you own
I
that song.
Yeah,
played it
you
too.
kind of own
I
that.
can't play
Yeah.
that song.
I played it every set.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
to
I
end.
can never play that.
Yeah.
But like, so if the room was kind of dead, I'd be like, all right, it's time for all I do.
It's vital though. It's vital though because it's like so much of it is like so much of playing music is like storytelling though in
Yeah.
a sense. So it's like
Yeah.
when you can plant like little seeds of like familiarity
Yeah.
and then you can like blend the music in a way
Easter
where it's like
eggs.
okay, this is like 80% familiar and there's a part of it that's like not. It's like faster or you know a little bit extra something. It's like that. Like that's how people start to like this shit. And so it's like when you can kind of tell a story with your set like that. And like I noticed that like when I listen to your music, it's like I can feel that like the trajectory of everything and like that momentum touches people even if they don't have the words for it.
Yeah, my shit most just vibe. Do you
Yeah.
have songs that you play like that? Like, all right, it's not going where I wanted to. Let me play this right now to get a vibe.
I do, yeah, kind of. I guess like since I've been playing so many like more techno sets lately than
Yeah.
usual, I've been playing honestly. There's this one song that I play. I don't think most people like don't know like what it is, but it's a Mia Carucci song. I know I talk about her all the time. She's my fucking favorite. But it's called God and Science, and I can play it in a techno set. I can play it in a house set. It's got this like synthy vibe to it. It's like got a punchy bass and like her voice over it is like super feminine and like it's just like really sultry and interesting and like people always fucking love it. And so I'll play that a lot, honestly.
When you playing techno, I'm gonna let you question. I know. When you playing techno, the energy, like, how's the energy? Like, cause everybody plays certain sets different ways, and you play techno a different way than you would play a house set. Like, how you go into it energetically or preparing for a set as such?
Preparing for a techno set, man. So usually my playlists are long as shit. And I'll play like a very, very small portion of it. I love like really long blends. I like to just like play around with like bringing things in and out like real slow, like with techno, just like feeling out the crowd and seeing what people are doing until I start like, and then I'll start picking
So
stuff
you
up.
do look at the crowd.
Yeah,
You check
I
the crowd
do.
out, yeah.
I do, but I mean, like for example, at the Chapel Club, honestly, that was one of my favorite sets. And I went in like knowing pretty much what I was gonna play. I threw in like one like Beyonce edit that I knew people would really like. Yeah.
You gotta do it. for the-
Yeah,
for
I
the-
did, and like that was probably only the third time I've ever done that, honestly.
Yeah.
But like, but it went really well.
It was
But when I
single
went in,
ladies. You played single ladies.
no, I'm trying to.
No.
No, it was a Naughty Girls.
don't remember.
It was a baile edit of Naughty Girls.
Well, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a cute one.
Yeah, it was tight. But no, I mean, I think with techno, like I do pay attention to the crowd. But to me, I feel like lately I've been a lot more like protective of it, where I'm like, I'm gonna play like what I want unless it's really not working.
Right.
Yeah, what I do is I try and challenge myself to make the stuff that's not working more interesting.
See, that's a good comedian. And I look at this shit like chefs and comedians. Like,
Don't blame the crowd. Just get
no,
better.
you can't play the
Just
crowd.
be
You gotta
better.
just get better, yo. And
be
like,
better.
we can't keep playing the same jokes. We can't keep singing the same jokes. And they want to hear the same jokes. But if you saying the same jokes, you're not gonna become Dave Chappelle.
No.
You're gonna become fucking, I don't know, who the fuck a weak ass.
Jim Brewer.
Who is that?
Exactly. He was actually in Half Baked with Dave Chappelle.
Oh, which
he was the super stoner guy. Hey man.
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's like a Joe Rogan type figure.
He was on Joe Rogan.
He's in the Rogan extended Rogan verse.
You know, actually, when I started getting on the sticks, because you know, I just got on them like a year ago. I enjoy those sets much better, and it gives me more. It shows my range more with crowds, because I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna just fuck with y'all, and I could tell better jokes, because sometimes your jokes, you only could tell the same be your girl joke so many different ways before they be like, all right, I see how this coming. You know what I'm saying? And I think it helps for me and Chill too when we working. Like, all right, if I play a different set, Chill get more energized. Rather, if he know the song coming, he's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, my nigga.
So what's your if the crowd's not feeling shit? What's your go-to track?
I already told you. It's all I do.
Oh,
but I got some other joints that's for this like, especially like for this weekend when we do the Stony.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna just get like, you know, straight super fast. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
But our crowd, Setdeflo, it's a slower paced crowd. They like to just groove out. So we gotta just. I'm interested.
I mean,
to see how
Rockaway
it's
went
go.
the fuck in though.
Yeah, he
Rockaway
did.
That shit
He
was
went
so
in the
crazy.
last
Bro,
time.
oh
Like,
my God.
don't let up on them. He
Bro,
did it, and he went
Rockaway,
in, and they went for it.
Once he got like him, once he found his flow, he went to that UK shit.
Yeah,
in.
He crashed.
They went platinum. They
He
went
crashed
platinum.
out.
I was just sitting in that back booth like,
I was surprised because
Yeah, me too,
It's
me
like,
too.
I fuck with
I grew
Javon.
up on
Like I
Rockaway.
fuck
I
with
grew up on
Javon heavy,
Rockaway.
like as a person, you know, and like not that I don't as a DJ. It's just like it's definitely the vibe and the energy. I went to his last Ascendance that he did, and it was incredible, you know. But it's like y'all know what like excites me, like what gets me.
But
like,
this the
going, and
thing.
that was crazy.
We
That was insane.
get caught up. You get caught up in your crowd. Like he has a built-in crowd that he has to cater to.
Which I know,
And if you
I
start
get
playing
it.
that shit at Lanyap, it's gonna be like, the fuck? They're gonna walk out the door.
Or even like Kid Love, you know, it's
Yeah.
like I know what he do to make money,
Yeah.
but it's like when I hear him playing like that deep techno shit, I lose my fucking mind.
And
I'm
he
like,
got this. He got.
I'm
the,
like,
yeah.
yo, like
that
I had
secret
no
handshake.
He got the chops. He
idea,
got the
like,
chops for it. He got the chops.
yeah, it's so crazy.
That's secret
Like for
handshakes, yeah.
days.
The thing is, a lot of us want to do like different shit, but you got to go out on that hill.
I don't even want to, like y'all can.
No, we
Y'all
can,
have
but
it.
you had to lose money for fucking 2 or 3 years.
You not making
What I'm saying is, when we was doing Setdeflo, we wasn't making no money until last year. But these cats, like, all right, you gotta pay your bills every week. So I can't go fuck around and play some house shit for the culture because I need to go to Slidell and make a bag, or I got to do a wedding and make a bag. And really, when me and B was doing Pink Room, we was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just be broke for the culture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
lose my fucking ass for the culture.
If-
and that's
I'm sorry. I mean, but yeah, I was like, if we were somewhere like New York, bro, like we like, especially like you
We
know what
might
I'm
still
saying?
be broke in New
Yeah,
York.
yeah.
I'd be
You know what I'm
even.
saying? Like,
I'd
I
be
don't think so,
homeless.
not if you
I'm
planned it
saying,
right.
like,
Not if you planned it right.
If
Yeah,
Setdeflo
we'll have
got
to run it
rooted, was like rooted in New York, bro, like I
It
wouldn't have
wouldn't
to
be
be
Setdeflo.
fucking working like.
But
a fucking
honestly,
job,
I don't
you know what I'm
think-
saying?
Y'all would be buried
Yeah.
though.
Honestly,
You would be buried.
I don't think it's gonna be that long for us to get out the mud here. It's really just that pandemic, you know, threw us in the loop, and now we back. We about to be, man. It's platinum right now. You know what I'm saying? We got a solid team.
Yeah.
Everybody on the team vicious. I'm excited about the scene because the scene wasn't this
It's
open at
bro.
for people.
I remember like we would be like scraping for a DJ to find.
Oh yeah,
For like a week for one DJ. Be like,
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
anyone's ex-boyfriend a
And that-
DJ?
that
I mean,
was
we
just-
still be kind of scraping. We were
Yeah.
sitting in chapel the other day,
Yeah,
like
I know.
just trying to come
Well,
up with the Stony lineup. We were
for a
like,
good
Hey,
good
that
DJ.
guy sleeping on your couch. Is he
now
a DJ?
it's so many.
We need someone.
There's so many DJs.
Odds
now.
are.
There's
No,
so
that
many
is.
to
It
pick
is.
from,
It is.
like-
But it's a good thing. It's a
Yeah.
good thing.
and it's not just so many DJs. It's just like
And we
it's
got a lot
it's
of we got a lot of kids too.
It's a lot of alternative.
It's like
DJs.
DJing. It's like bartending. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I bartended for a few
Yeah.
years, pay my bills. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it
Like,
more as like comedians, bro. You got sucky ass
Comedians.
comedians, and they do the same circuit. They do the same open mic circuit.
Yeah.
And then some cats get regional, do the circuit,
Yeah.
and then some cats go national. You know?
I mean,
When are you gonna
like,
start doing comedy?
What'd you say?
When are you gonna start doing your stand-up set?
I'm doing it every week. It's Setdeflo.
All right.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I mean,
'Cause
like,
that shit's
for
a joke.
me, it's like, it's really about, you know, eventually I want to move into like just booking like solid DJs, like whether they're from out of town or whatever, just to kind of like excite and get this, like, catalyze the energy here.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not so much about like getting people in the room, because I feel like that comes with the right partnerships.
Yeah.
But it's about how do I excite this DJ that I'm trying to book and get them to want to come back and get them to like play with somebody that they're like, damn, I need to look at my own shit. Like, you know, it's like, how do I get them so like drawn in and
friends.
like enchanted with this city to where it's like they become obsessed with it to where they're going and telling people about it and people are coming to come and check it out. It's like, because I feel like you got to play long game for this city. Ultimately, like, that's just the truth.
I mean, that's just what it is.
That's just what it is. It's like shit's just not about to happen right now.
No.
So it's like
It's
there's like a handful of people in the city who have to take it amongst themselves to really like build this shit up.
That's what it is, and that's what we're trying to do. Is about community. It's a poor city, and you can't leverage you're not gonna make money off the city. You're gonna make money off your ideas and leveraging your mind outside of here.
Yeah.
And people are gonna pay you outside of here because they want to be a part of this city. This city is the most valuable place in America. As far as culture, you cannot get it nowhere else.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't, and you can't go and book like a badass DJ and just throw somebody on the lineup just to add some filler, and then that DJ go run back home and be like, yeah, I just did a set and I don't know where with some fucking whack ass, I don't know who, but I got paid. You know?
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, I'll say like.
Hey, y'all heard the XX was too intimidated by the quality of DJs at what was it?
so
Grad?
I don't know if that.
I was just about to say that.
Wait, where? Where?
I don't.
At Po' Boys.
So
Really?
So Thursday night before reset, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Jamie XX is gonna come through to Poor Boys for Grind, do a DJ set."
Yeah, it was teased.
So I'm like, all right, I wanna see the secret
Got your
Jamie
cocaine
XX
ready,
DJ set. I
Yeah.
I called up.
Oh my God.
I called up Todd, my guy. Just kidding. I don't know anyone named Todd. Yeah, we go there and he came in and it's packed and they're charging a cover, of course, for the first time ever, and it's packed. It's like a Saturday night at 1 a.m. at Poor Boys on Thursday, and he came in there. He was in there, but the word was. He was too intimidated by it was like prick and bull. But I feel like that's something he would say. He's like, this place is like.
That could be
I mean,
true.
People are
People
doing
are
donuts
going in.
outside. You know what I'm saying? Poor Boys looks crazy. I'm like, this dude's like, I don't want to DJ here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
straight
oh,
up.
everyone's too good.
I straight up think I don't necessarily think it was like the DJing. I think it's the energy of the city that he was intimidated by. Because it's like he obviously has the technicality and the ability, but it was just like. And just some insight, the night before, fucking Rusty or Jay took him and his friends to Hot Sizzle's bounce night at Dragon's Den.
yeah.
It was same night.
Yeah.
Or
It
it was the same night.
Went
Not
from
even
there
that, it was
to
the same
Poor
night.
Boys.
So earlier in the night they were there,
that might throw you off.
And I mean, and it's like they weren't thrown out. They were like, damn, this is crazy, and obviously it's good, but at the same time, it's such a culture shock.
Like it's
And
real.
It's very
yeah,
real,
it's raw,
and
it's
somebody
raw.
like
Yeah.
him he's such a like
Not the
shy,
UK.
introverted artist that it's just like he's like whoa, but he's at the same time I looked over and he's like,
And that's the
like
thing.
vibing, and then it's like you go to Poor Boys and you got like somebody like Prick, and who else was playing like
Prick, Boy Toy, Little Arho.
yeah, like everybody who's like they're in their element, that's like their people, like et cetera, everybody's vibing and partying. It's just like he's in an unfamiliar environment, like shy, it's
I
just
feel
like
that.
But I could see him saying it because
it's the energy of the city is very intimidating for
Totally.
people.
Prick is the one who put me on. Prick
Yeah.
showed me
Prick
how to
No,
do
Prick is
it.
OG. He's OG.
So he could go in.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
and he went fucking in
I've
that
seen
night.
him
Of course
kill
he
the
did.
Saint. I've seen him kill the
So
Saint.
so Jamie XX did not play, but I did go to reset the next day because I never saw
And he
else.
played bounce. I saw that.
Yeah. So he like played this set. And it was like all right. I mean, it's festival
How
sets as
did
a
he
DJ.
play
I feel like
bounce?
is hard.
How did he play
So
bounce?
he was playing this like fast, like his music, like some UK shit, And then all of a sudden, he kind of like breaks it up and slows it down and just starts going into a bounce set in the middle of his set. He plays it for like 15, 20 minutes, and then he just like
15-minute bounce set?
ends it, and then just brings the BPM all the way back up and starts going back into
and
other
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. So somebody like Jamie, it's like he's very like, he's technically good. He's a great producer, but it's like when his type of energy, and don't get me wrong, like I have a lot of social anxiety, like whatever, but it's like he is so shy. I don't think he's like thriving off of people's energy necessarily. You know who was though? His fucking like A&R dude, George, was fucking lit. He was like fucking, people were taking his tracks off of his USB that he left up there. And he got up and played for like a few minutes. And it was so sick. Like George was cool. And he was the one who was out meeting people. And like, he was in the New Orleans energy did not intimidate him. It excited him.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
More of George. And that's the thing is like New Orleans is like energy, and it's not just like knowing the tracks and
it's
knowing
like
the
Bane.
like.
You ever seen Batman with Bane?
I have, yes.
And when he said, you was born. You was born. I was born in the dark.
I was molded by it.
That was molded by it. That's what I'm saying. Right. And that's what New Orleans is.
You
like poor boys mold us. Like we in chaos. We in
literally
drugs.
They
violence.
used to call Poor Boys Pink Room. They thought the venue was called Pink Room.
Yeah, because we started it. They tried to shoot
people put the flyer at Pink Room.
All type of shit in Poor Boys, and we partying in that shit, and we molded by this chaos.
Absolutely.
And then you put a nigga, okay, go play somewhere. Yeah, we could play anywhere because. Nigga, we in the fucking...
Poor Boys is absolutely
the gutter.
Armageddon.
We in the pit of hell.
Yeah.
We in the pit of hell.
Like literally the pit of hell. I think about that a lot.
Turning up.
I got guns. I got guns. I got fucking...
We gotta bleep all that out so Matt won't get mad at us.
Yeah. And you know, like, all the artists...
Matt.
Yeah, all the artists that were here for, like, the Villa Albertine, like, the French Consulate basically has an artist residency that they have here in the city. And a couple of the artists that were here the last time were like very ingrained in the nightlife here, or they were very like intrigued by it. And there was this one guy, Kudez, that James is like obsessed with. James ran into him the night of y'all's block party. And he was like, yo, are you blah, 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 blah. Like, you are my idol. Like, what the fuck? Et cetera, et cetera. And Kudez and Tisa are just like obsessed with Poor Boys, and Vic made a flyer for them, you know, that I got her into. But it's like they got a party now in Paris at Tisa's club that they call Poor Boys.
I saw that. That's so
Poor Boys.
I thought he was coming back.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Paris, in Paris.
Wow.
They are so they were so obsessed with Poor Boys and like what it did.
Because it's nuts. It's a nuts place.
And Kudez is like this. Kudez is this insane fucking artist, and like Tisa's incredible as well, like drummer that's out of this world, like next level shit. And the type of discipline that goes into making art in France is so next level. Like there's no room for any type of shit that goes down in New Orleans. So for them to come here and to see a place like Poor Boys, their minds were fucking like blown.
So great. I thought they were coming back when I saw that flyer, and I was like, damn,
that
was
like next year. But like
that's incredible that even happened, and that we can leave an impact on something.
And it's recurring. They're having their second and third one.
And that Poor Boys are leaving impact. And you
Matt
know,
has no idea. I'm sure Matt has no idea.
You know, I mean, me and Matt not seeing eye to eye right now. I got to go make up with him. But I love Matt, and I love everything he's done for me, as far as
sexually.
Like basically.
we got started at Poor Boys.
We got started at Poor Boys, but he was the first one to give me my shot.
Yeah.
Well, because
same
when
here,
I was at Gabriella,
that's how we met each other.
When I started Pink Room, we started
everybody at Poor Boys.
Yeah, he definitely gave me a shot.
At the end of the day, man, he gave us a shot, and that's why I fuck with him.
No, he did.
But as far as us to grow, you know, sometimes the kid got to lead the bird got to lead the nest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's all that is. But you know, it's a whole nother vibe.
Yeah, Matt be playing. I don't know. Even like, whatever. I'm not gonna say.
I mean, I'm just saying, New Orleans, you play here, you can go anywhere, and like,
no, that's facts.
And people are gonna love you. People are gonna like be like enamored by you. Like, it's just a whole different thing. Like you said earlier, like people want a part of the city because they understand you can't find it any other place.
I'm not scared.
And so, but I would love to see, like, when you were just like talking about like Jamie XX. I've never seen him play, and I didn't know who he was until I saw this on Instagram.
He's a great producer.
Yeah. But it's like, I always wonder, I'm like, if you could just like all of these artists that circulate between all these big cities and like get all these massive contracts, I'm like, I would just love to see how y'all do in New Orleans. Because we could play anywhere.
When niggas is looking
but
at
I'm
you
like
this.
I don't think y'all could play anywhere. So
also, I mean, like not everybody's meant to be like a like
great
that
in
type
New Orleans.
of DJ either. I think it's just people just see a name and you're a great producer and they're like, oh, you can DJ. It's like that's
Like
not the same.
Bauer, Harlem Shake.
Right.
It's not
I like
the
his
same.
tracks, but the bounce shit was like I was
don't
telling
wanna
Kevin
hear
Vic this.
niggas
I
do
was like,
bounce.
I don't know why he felt like he had to like prove something.
Because
But
he had a
why-
bunch
yeah,
of people
why?
in his ear being
Yeah.
like,
I
can you
hate
DJ
that,
It's like
bro.
in New
we want.
Orleans?
I want Jamie XX.
Yeah.
I came to see you. I want the UK
Yeah.
shit.
I'm going to see
Yeah.
how Sizzle for bouncing.
Right.
People
I
need
get
to
that all
just
the
lean
time.
into what they already know. Back to artist integrity, you just need to lean into what you know and what you're good at. Like you don't have
play
to.
your set.
No matter how many people are in your ear saying like, do this, blah 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 blah.
Like, what's your heartfelt
This is where
reason
we
for playing
are.
bounce
You-
music?
you
At
can
the
play
end of
like-
the day, if you hear New Orleans, just enjoy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
Yeah.
can play like one little track.
But
and,
that's
like,
so
feel like
true.
a shout out,
That's so true on the artist integrity because, like I say, how Jalen taught me, like when I got into the house, I wanted to learn it fully and I wanted to play it technically. So I was learning all these all these house tracks and I'm trying to play it technically. And I'm like,
you were
why-
never gonna be able to.
But
do
I'm
it.
saying, but I'm like, why the crowd not
he's
fucking with me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the
'cause,
crowd
bro,
not fucking with
they're
me.
not mentally. They
But
weren't mentally
Also,
there yet.
that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not being
Exactly.
like this intentional with my sound.
Yeah.
Right.
So
facts,
once you
facts.
learn it, you go like, all right, I need to get back to my vibe.
Right.
And then once I got back to that, we started to like.
And that's why you're in such a great position is because you can bring on artists that are on that vibe
Yeah.
and then you can meld it with your vibe
Yeah.
and it just
it works.
it's
It
fucking
works
like-
better.
Like, you don't
sync
have
up.
to.
It's fucking great.
You don't have to have style to be able to feel style. Like
Yeah.
that's a thing.
It's
Like
all sauce, baby.
you don't have to be able to like understand it to know it when you
And
feel
you know how
it.
to move.
Like Gucci Man said, don't get lost in the sauce.
Jeez,
Exactly.
and even like by the time we were kind of doing that shit, I mean, a lot of the early shit was like hype beastie, you know. But once we got to
Because
like
the Vice articles had just came out.
yeah. Once we got to weekly, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, who the fuck are you? Like
Yeah.
who, like what you really made of type
What
shit.
you
and-
made of.
and,
That forced you to develop style.
and,
Yeah, they force you to
Yeah.
develop
And,
style.
yo,
That's
like-
facts. That's facts.
and just to wrap the conversation up, like just seeing that shit every week, it got to a point where it's like, okay, like
But I appreciate niggas
yeah.
coming in there like,
Right,
all right,
right.
we not
ju-
doing good. We
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
turn you up tonight.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
I want to get back to the weekend.
And yeah, it's definitely like it definitely made me feel like I can go in front of any fucking audience,
yeah,
any
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
where, and just like
We had did New
whatever.
York and turned the fuck out.
Bro, I'm going there July 29th, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
We gonna make some.
We should play
money.
Poor Boys and Heavy.
I think also like DJs in New Orleans are so technically good, but also have such specific, unique style to each of them. I was in New York recently, and I went to James Murphy's private club, and the person that was DJing there was doing like a vinyl set that was incredible, like deep international disco cuts that I'd
Oh,
never heard.
damn.
Like it was incredible, but technically they were terrible.
That's surprising.
Like they were, you know,
That's
shit was petering out. You know, they weren't doing transition, and you know, it's hard when you're doing vinyl. Like I know that, but
Yeah.
I was just like,
We're back to the bedroom.
I was just like
could
there.
just do
I
a
know
hard cut.
20 DJs in New Orleans that would like destroy this tiny club right now, and this person is, you know, this guy.
Yeah, but they're not
And that's
boys with
because
James
people here in
Murphy.
New Orleans are keeping the energy up. That's
Yeah,
the biggest thing is
exactly.
about, like keeping the energy
And you
up.
also
gives me
got
Exactly.
it's a blend of wolves. If you're not good,
Ooh,
you know what
They
I'm
will
saying?
fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna get your ass
somebody,
Yeah.
bro,
You're
Yeah.
not getting booked.
But honestly,
We went-
I'd appreciate a set if it's tracks I've never heard. Like if the track's good
Yeah.
and you suck technically, like you can't suck technically and the tracks are bad.
Well, yeah.
You gotta pick
Well,
one.
the style. When people are just learning, you can tell when
That's
someone
just
has
my
style, but
style,
they're
dude.
learning.
Yeah.
That's just how I do things.
Yeah.
That's just too future for you, man. You'll catch up. You'll catch up.
That was the same thing for me when I was in New York. I heard this amazing DJ and it was tracks. It was like some fucking 90s houses, Jamiroquai type shit throughout the night. And I was just, it was like at this mezcal bar. I was just vibing the
Oh
whole
my
night.
god.
I
That
brought my
was-
own mezcal to this, by the way.
Will you send me the name of that
It was
place?
a speakeasy. I'll send it to you. It was a speakeasy. It was like a laundromat, and you walk in the back. It's
Hell yeah.
only 20 people could fit in that motherfucker.
I just found out there's a laundromat bar here in New
I
Orleans.
have
Is
like
there?
That's
three.
also a mezcal bar?
It's not.
We have a laundromat bar? We don't have a
We
have our
laundromat
own
bar.
Oh,
version.
I
yes.
have like
We
3
do?
of them.
Oh, we do.
Melba's.
Are they
Oh,
speakeasy?
Melvin's. That's
But
funny.
it's not
the
even
one I'm
Melba's.
on.
And Lucky Lungies.
That's the
I used to
real.
do my laundry there.
That's the real.
Igor's.
Oh, yeah.
Igor's is the one
No,
that someone was
I
telling me
mean
about.
a laundromat that has a bar.
I
Not
had
a
the
bar with
worst
laundry
chicken
machines.
nuggets at Igor's.
Oh,
That's different.
I
wow.
bought a 20-piece chicken nugget from
I've
Igor's.
had the worst
What the
nights
fuck is?
at
Why do you
Igor's.
hate yourself?
I was wilding. I was 25.
Oh.
I remember
Yeah.
eating
25
pancakes
Cal.
and washing
I was
Nice.
wilding when I was young.
with a daiquiri
Yeah.
and milk. Let me stop.
Yeah, I was trying to figure shit out.
Did you figure it out?
After I ate them chicken nuggets,
Revelation came to you.
What you
Yeah.
don't fuck with?
don't fuck with the chicken nuggets at Igor's.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
I would never
Igor's.
think
Don't fuck
to.
with chicken nuggets at all, really. Like y'all eat chicken nuggets?
Wait, like
Oh,
the nuggets?
yeah, hell yeah.
What am I, 12?
Wait, you mean like the
Are they
McDonald's
dinosaur
chicken nug-
shaped?
I like
Because,
chicken.
look,
Yeah.
nigga, cause you really can't
I don't
even
like
make
the-
it.
Hearing that out loud sounds so much worse
know
It's
what?
like gelatinous.
than actually going in the kitchen to eat
You
some
know what?
chicken
I did
nuggets.
Why did I
yesterday.
not want to admit it just
Yeah,
now? I was
yeah.
like,
Like,
really?
yeah,
I was
like,
yeah,
like,
we
I
were
was like,
going
do you-
like,
Do you eat chicken nuggets?
I spent $60
Like, dude.
on a fish fillet.
I ate Riley's
yesterday.
last night.
A fish fillet for
I
$60.
made my own fish fillet and I spent $60 on it, and it was. I could have just went to McDonald's and got the $3 fish
No,
fillet.
you did right.
No, I tried to
I
make
hate
my
you
own.
so much.
Fish fillet from
Oh, you
McDonald's is
learned-
better
I
than a chicken.
I had a recipe online. I fucked
You
it up though.
You had
learned
your
it. You
phone
learned in
pulled
the
up?
process. You fucked it up.
Next
learn
time
the
it'll
hard
be
way.
a
what
level
was
up from
the
that.
$60 spent on the fish?
All the fucking ingredients on the fucking fish fillet. You got to spend $13 on the fish.
But you still got 10
What do you?
pieces of brioche bread. You
yeah.
can use that for something else.
I
Yeah.
could do.
Okay.
I could make more fish
Sandwich.
fillets.
Okay.
We might revisit this
Artist
later.
integrity
Fish
is
fillet.
owning up if you ordered chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Yeah.
I
Oh
would,
yeah.
I would
Hell
eat
yeah.
some chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Okay.
But-
thank you.
Wait,
not
what is
fucking with it.
everyone's McDonald's order? I want to know this.
A
Hot
gun in my
spicy,
mouth.
a Big Mac.
Wow.
And
Yeah, the hot and
in a
spicy.
in a 4-piece chicken nuggets.
Prime definitely the quarter pounder.
Oh, you getting that
Oh,
quarter
shit.
pounder?
The kind of guy.
That was
Oh.
like early on days. I don't
Yeah,
fuck with
yeah,
that.
Damn, you lit.
My friends in
Yeah.
high school they call it the McGangbang, and it would be
I
the
heard about
McDouble
that. I heard about
with the
that.
McChicken in the middle of
That
it.
sounds like
Yo,
some white shit.
I have a
Ouch.
fast food hot take.
The quarter pounder tastes like a fake.
Look at it! Look
a-
at that
a
look. He's
fake
looking at me.
Whopper.
Yeah.
Do you eat any of this shit?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm more of a go home and make mac and cheese type person.
Hell yeah!
That's facts. We degenerates.
What's
This
that?
is like after
make
the
it from
club type
scratch?
I used to be
shit.
big on Taco Bell. That was my thing.
What's that food spot in Baton Rouge? Is it like Whataburger?
Whataburger? Yeah.
Whataburger.
Yeah.
Fuck with
Whataburger
Whataburger.
Steak and
is-
shake and
Whataburger is a shit.
Best burger.
Whataburger is simply.
It's so lit.
It's a.
No, Burger
I would
King's the
do
best.
It's
that.
an
I
organic.
fuck with
I'm
it.
just
It's
kidding.
an organic McDoubles. So you have the same McDonald's fries and
It's not organic
Spicy
at all.
ketchup.
though.
It's not.
It's not organic, but
it's a better
Whataburger
taste-
is the
a
best
little
burger you
cleaner
can
made.
It's a
get.
better
I fuck with
tasting.
Whataburgers.
It's a
Steak
better
and shake.
tasting McDouble.
No, the McDouble
I
lit.
agree. I agree.
But
It
the
tastes
McDouble-
just like the McDouble, and they got the same fries
The
and
Mc-
the same ketchup.
100%.
McDonald's got a specific type of ketchup.
No, they got a
Whataburger has
spicy
that
ketchup.
They do. That's
Fucking
true. I
right.
remember that.
Boo.
Although, what I will say, if you're going to Whataburger, the absolute best thing to get on the menu is the patty melt.
Oh, I haven't
The
had
patty
it.
melt
I've had it
goes
from Waffle House.
fucking
Yeah, I was about to say
crazy.
Waffle House patty
Okay.
melt was like.
Y'all eat Vienna sausage?
No.
Not
Bro,
anymore.
I mean, bro, I'm eating caviar, bro.
We know you eat
I think
Lizzie.
the baby
If
ones,
you're gonna
like
eat
the
it,
little-
Lizzie, you can eat a
like
chicken
the
nugget.
little,
After
like,
college,
That's how you
I
know
was-
cat
Do you?
This isn't
Nah, I haven't bought one in
necessary
so long.
anymore. I'd rather just get a pack of hot dogs.
Yeah, like, what the- I'd rather just eat a
Like a
good
pack
ass
of
hot
Vienna
dog.
sausage?
yeah.
That's how we know you grew up very poor.
That shit's so
Yeah.
poor.
It's so
That's
Like,
so
bad.
poor.
It's real
Now
poverty
bad, bro.
hours.
And
Even when
you
I was
drink in
poor,
the
I didn't even get the Vienna sausage.
Just get the ramen noodles. I
I'ma
don't
just
get
go to-
that.
Yeah,
You
give
know,
me some ramen.
You ever
noodles,
cut
some
the
wings.
Vienna sausages and put it in the ramen?
I was
No,
never.
I put it in
Oh
the
my
pork
God.
and
And
wings.
then
Oh my
cry.
God.
You put it in your
cry
pork
in
and
front of
beans.
the wall because you don't have a TV.
Oh yeah,
You're
we
in
talking
a
some
little
real ghetto
lawn
shit.
Yeah.
chair.
That was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like-
Lawn chair.
This is
staring
so
at the
It's
ghetto.
wall.
taking me back.
When I eat at McDonald's, I know that it's not real food, so I'm gonna
tastes
go
like
all
paper.
in,
Right.
and I just get 3 hash browns, extra crispy,
Ooh.
Extra crispy.
And-
Actually, my McDonald's
They
order
let you
is
do
hash
that?
browns.
and a soft serve.
Where do they do that at? Yeah.
Anywhere.
You
You
just get
also,
saucer
when
with
you
Bro.
go
I
to
get
when you
extra
go to
crispy at,
any
like,
fast food
Cane's.
place, always ask for it to be made to order.
The New
They
Orleans-
will do
16-year-olds
it.
don't want to do that.
They will
The
do
life
it. They don't
hacks.
want to do it, but they will do it.
The
New
trick-
Orleans-
I did that
The
job.
trick is to say no salt. Then you put the salt on yourself because they have to make new ones with no salt.
Oh,
Yep,
That's
yep.
the actual Karen
That's the real
trick
trick.
for you.
Wow.
What were we talking about before we got to this?
So
I don't know.
actually,
Yeah,
I think this
DJing
is the perfect.
stuff.
We're at the top of the hour
let me take
again.
Top
a
of the
1
hour.
second break. Y'all can keep going.
Well, we were gonna
Cavs
launch
like, oh,
into the
shit.
the headline question. So
You
we
got
can also take a
dookie.
little Fiverr.
No,
Uh,
fuck that.
Okay.
I don't need one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh,
See,
y'all ready to go?
we
Okay.
have people
Let's
with
go.
stamina
I was
on the
born-
show
I was
tonight.
born for the camera.
So
We all just leaned in the last 10 minutes, and we're all
I
sitting
know,
like
we're all
this
like this.
now.
totally.
It was the
Tell me
food
about the hash
conversation.
browns.
I'm
Uh,
worried
also,
about that.
speaking
Right,
of
they got it
food,
going. Yeah, they got it
typically at this moment, I would have some food to offer you, but it's not here yet. But it is
What'd you
coming.
get?
Oh.
You
Well,
went
that's the
What'd
surprise.
you get?
That's the surprise. You
Oh,
gotta wait.
yeah.
You gotta wait. But I have a question for you in the meantime. What is one intention that you bring into every show or set that you do or put on?
I'm trying to figure out how to word it right now.
That's a good.
Take
Take
a
it's
second.
very much a vibe. Like, for me, yeah, I think like especially recently, like I've just really been trying to think less about. I mean, as somebody that like because of my social anxiety and because it's like I used to get so nervous playing sets, and so for me, it's like I have to think about like I really spend a lot of time like when I accept a booking, like I spend a lot of time like thinking about like, you know, what's the vibe of the show gonna be like? What is like the goals of the producer of the event? That's really important to me. And so for me, it's like I want to be like cohesiveness is really important to me. I don't want to go in and like play something that's like not cohesive with like the vibe of the producer, but I also want to keep it my own. So I have to spend a lot of time just like being in my own energy. Like I tend to not do a lot of stuff that day before I play a show. Like I tend to spend a lot of time with my music the day of the show, and it's like really ceremonious. Like maybe that sounds like a lot, but it's really ceremonious for me, like just like going into a set. And so like I try to spend a lot of time, or not even a lot of time, but like really intentional time with myself. Like if it's a show that I feel like it really needs it. Like I've definitely played shit where it's like it was like I'm gonna just go, I'm gonna like rip this and it's gonna be cool and like it's gonna be fun and that's the vibe. But like lately, just because of the nature of like my books this summer and like the move and everything that's happening in August, I'm playing stuff that's really meaningful to me, and so like because of that, it's gonna feel like this. So yeah, it's a lot of internal, it's a really like internal thing for me, like going up lately and like playing
Doing
this
nothing
music.
before the show is very good. Like,
Yeah.
Gotta do nothing.
I try to do nothing
Nothing.
at all
I wish.
I'm just
before the show.
look, I'm just
Less
playing
and less all the
Minecraft, You know
time.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm serious
On the
because
couch in my underwear.
it took so much out of us every week for 5 hours on the floor. But
Mhm.
I get you.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a lot out of you to play.
And also just like, yeah, and like the music that I play also, like just being like the awareness that like we all exist in a context. And so like the music that I play, like house and techno music, like it's black music. And so like for me, it's like I want to know the context. I spend time learning, I spend time listening to stuff, like I watch videos, like I like all this stuff just like because it's like it's important to me to like deliver this music well. So you know it goes beyond me, and I think that's important too. Like that comes to artistic integrity, where it's like you have a vision for like the way that you're gonna do something and like wanting to deliver that well.
Yeah. So going back to our main
got
question, now that we
deep.
have all 5 people
I had to
here,
use the bathroom.
you know,
Welcome
we
back.
could have left it a mystery.
We'll talk about that
But
later.
now we have to ask specific questions.
Was it a
We're
one,
go-
one,
No,
one or two?
I'm-
Everything come
I'm
out
just
okay?
Was it a PP or poo-poo?
No. No. But
We're now at the pee poo poo segment of the
Pee-pee
show.
poo-poo.
you're all fired. But
Okay.
the headline question.
Degrass.
Yeah.
Man
The
said
headline
pee-pee
We have
question.
girls here now,
Oh,
so
okay. No pee-poo, poo-poo. Bang, bang.
Save that for the
just
for the
not
boys.
like
I hate
just
how-
not
how
like
much that shit makes me laugh.
Just not like that.
I hate that I'm 28 and I still laugh like that.
Does the kids say that?
You can talk about shit in your.
I can't say
you don't
shit in urine.
Peep peep poop.
That was our group chat. That's the name of our
Oh.
group chat.
That's how they break me down
We
for real.
quickly
It's like they're
changed
like
that.
baby jokes, and I'm just like standing there trying to be serious, and I'm just like turning red in the face.
No,
trying
I love
so,
it.
Oh my god,
I love it. I love potty humor,
Oh,
pee pee
okay.
poo poo jokes.
But
my
yeah,
God.
Shit.
so
So-
headline question: how do you maintain artistic integrity in the music industry?
It's fucking hard, man. You don't.
Say fuck you to the prophet and
You
the
don't. You
sin.
don't.
And
You
you follow
gotta-
your fucking heart
you
every
gotta-
single
you
time.
You gotta
Yo.
say, I'm doing this
Bro.
for a purpose.
Bro.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. We was performing at Buku. Remember the year we performed Buku and Brandon was in the cage.
Wait,
Yo, I still talk about
you
that
mean
cage.
the actual
That
cage or
was
the
such a
metaphorical
good
Cause y'all had
cage
a
he
y'all
was
had a
in?
cage in One Eye Jacks, didn't you?
We did it. We brought that cage.
Yeah,
from
I tried to tell people that y'all had a fucking cage.
Me and Brandon
Cage
was
tour.
about to fight each other to get the cage in there. We was so tired that day too. But
I remember, bro. I remember.
And it was like
was
like
from
the
a
chain link,
yeah, it
the
was
metal
from-
fin. It was like
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't even know how
Like,
we got
fuck.
a cage in there, bro. Because we brought the cage from Buku to One Eye Jack.
because
And they
it was
had
like
a
4
bar in the
walls.
middle of
It
the
was
floor
like
at that
4
time
walls you put
too.
together.
They had a bar in
Yeah.
the middle of the room at that point. Like it wasn't.
So, my story on artistic integrity. I remember this, right? I'm gonna tell you when my artistic integrity changed. We performing, and we all had sets, and I got an alter ego called Kilabo, and I'm doing this song called "If I Die Tonight," right? And it's a real emotional song because it was about a girlfriend, and I was writing the song was like if I die tonight, bitch, you gonna still be here. It's some shit like that, right? And I'm looking at the crowd, they not
Romantic.
fucking with me at all. They like just looking at me. Then, like 2 seconds later, we did bitches in the bathroom. Like, I got bitches in the bathroom. I got bitches in the house. The white kids going crazy. They just lit.
Okay.
Yeah, they just lit.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, this is what I got to do. And it clicked to me. I was like, oh, I got to degrade the people around me. I got to degrade women. And I got to say the most outlandish shit. And I just got to be fucked up to get attention in this shit. And I was like, I'm not fucking with that. And I'd rather do something that means something to me. I'd rather do something that, yeah. And that's why
Slow burn.
that's why I love house music so much, because house music is really like some family shit. Now, we get into the culture of like partying at night and turning up, doing whatever we doing just to have fun. But at the same time, you can play house music in the daytime and still have a great time, and it still could touch you the same way. And you don't have to be on no fucking stimulants to have a good time with the music that we play, with dance music. So that day I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to do something for the community. And I like turning up with everybody, but also I wanna do things that, represent both sides of the coin for this shit. You gotta have the yin and the yang. If we gonna get fucked up today, we gotta go have some fucking juice and go do meditate and do some yoga so we can sweat all this bullshit we did out the night before. Because if you try to kind of like live this shit hardcore to the bone, this shit you gonna pass out and you gonna look stupid by the time you 40.
Your soul,
You gonna
bro.
look stupid by the time you 30. Really, you gonna just be all fucked up in the face.
I just stopped looking stupid.
Yeah,
I'm 29, so
Yeah, it's a good look on you.
thank you. I'm trying
Yeah,
something new.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Bro, speaking on like
Took a long
artist
time.
integrity, dog. Like, I remember hitting you up like, yo, like I'm about to. But you know, bro. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm,
chill. Get at me like.
I'm
once
like, yo, bro, I
every 3
can't
months.
do this shit anymore, bro. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I get to a point where like, once I get to a point where I feel like a caricature of like people coming up to me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, yo, I like Pokemon cards and shit, bro. Like that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not who I am. Like this, I'm really doing this shit for like a
No.
deeper fucking like meaning. You know what I'm saying? And like,
You don't have a choice.
yeah. But and you could lose yourself in the fun of it all. But
Yeah.
it's like, damn, like okay, why the why I'm doing this shit is like. That shit could get so lost. Like,
Dom
to
ever
it-
told you
where
that
it plays,
story
like, a small
about you?
percentage of that shit.
He ever told you that story that when he seen you at Boiler Room?
Wait,
He
who?
was Dom, my man Dom, the chef.
Yeah, no, you never told
So
me.
I got a homie Dom, he a chef, he in New York. And me and Chill doing Boiler Room, and Chill prepared for Boiler Room, and Chill in the back, he talking to himself, but he like really intense. And Dom came up to me, he said, man, I fuck with that nigga Chill. Because I never seen a nigga prepare to go MC. And I was like, that's how he is. This shit real
That's why
to
he's
us.
the best.
This shit we ain't doing this shit for shits and giggles. Like, we really out here. And we really gonna die on our hill. Like, I'm cursing niggas out. I'm ready to get active over
Yeah.
this shit.
Literally,
Yes.
Anytime.
literally hack guns.
And it's not,
fucking- no, it's shit.
and it's not for no fucking clout shit. I hate the clout shit. I hate clout activity. I will not do something if I feel like I'm doing it for clout. And it might be
Yeah.
for the best of my benefit. You feel me?
Yep.
That shit that I could have done that would have been better for me to do, but not my ego, but I felt like that's kind of cloudish. I'm gonna just like let that lie.
Your artistic
You know what I'm saying?
integrity
Yeah, I'm gonna just let it
wouldn't
lie.
allow it.
But and that's the weird thing, because I feel like that's why Frank didn't do that second weekend at Coachella. You know what
There's
I'm saying?
so much nuance to artistic integrity because like we all deserve all of the success and all of the appreciation for like the things that we do, but there's nuance to it. Like I don't fuck with people being like I can't do something that's going to make me money because I'm compromising my artistic integrity because you can consciously make decisions to do things that are going to benefit you so that you can do things you really want to do. This is art. This is creating under capitalism. But there's also like I also don't fuck with people that are like I can only I'm only gonna do shit that's gonna make me money because like that's my artistry or whatever. It's like I don't really fuck with that either. It's like there's a lot of nuance to it, and I think why people feel like they have to commit to being in one camp or the other is because the nuance can be really challenging, and you have to really like know yourself. You have to really know your purpose. Otherwise, you get caught up in the questions and you're going to get swept. So it's like every step you're taking that step. Like that's the ocean divided and like you are walking every step and like you gotta just stay that middle path for yourself and like you know what that looks like for you.
Right. And I think people who have also like made money in other cities, they like try to bring that here. And like I said before, it's just like, it doesn't work here. It's just like, even with what I do, like I work for this company and et cetera, it's like the intentionality that I have to bring to the shows that I do. I have to like fight for this shit like every day. Like it's so, it's like very strenuous. Like, cause it's like they don't get it. It's like for I guess those watching, it's like I work for a company that's out of Austin, Texas, and so it's like for them to understand what's happening here in New Orleans, and for me to try and like explain that. And I'm someone who like. I'm not great at explaining with words all the time. I'm just kind of like a feeling and, it's like a vibe and you just kind of have to see it to know sometimes.
Sorry, we just realized we're matching.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. It's also exhausting to have to explain why somebody hired you.
I know.
You hired me to do this thing.
But yeah,
because they know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and to have to explain it over and over and over and over and over again.
And justify it. It's like
and it's just like the fact is like you can't just like get people to shell out money here. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a long game, it's a slow build.
And that's
it's like, and so it's like I feel like people who have, experienced, a check in other cities and how easy it is to get, they come here and they're like, well, if I just demand it, I'll get it. And I'm like, yeah, sure, you might, but like, there's no integrity in it. You're not building shit. You're not doing new shit because you got to play what the fuck the drifter wants to hear.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
and that's the thing. I feel like we kind of,
that's why Drifter doesn't book me.
I feel like we somewhat redlined for being in the South. I feel like we don't get the same opportunity because I have this fucking fight. I mean, me and Vic fight with corporations all the time. Like, yo. Yeah. Like, look.
Take that, Marxist.
We are like Lenny just told me, we probably one of the. If we go to LA right now, we the top 3 parties in LA. He told me
for sure.
And I'm like, I already know this, but why do I have to fight to get $25K? And I don't even need like. If you give us $25K down here, we could push that so much further.
We would go nuts.
Hot air balloon party.
That's what I'm
Hot
saying.
air balloon party.
6 months to a year.
Then what it would run in LA? Your
Carlisa and I used to fucking like take product from a junkyard to put our shows on. Like,
totally.
We had no budget. We had $40 a show.
We was done. We shot back to 99 with $500, and that was a lot to us at the time. Yeah. Like the money would go so much further if you invested with us. Rather than try to tell us that you don't have it. Because I know you have it. Because I just did a fucking Japanese motorcycle show that they had to put $1 million to. I'm telling you, it's bicycles. Niggas doing bicycle tricks for 4 hours. And they did a 3-day production. And I'm like, bro, who the fuck is watching this shit? It's all Japanese. I'm not saying that culture doesn't mean anything. But I'm like,
it's not that it doesn't mean anything, but it's just like, imagine like in a fucking.
Give me that fucking money. Give me half of that.
Anything. It's just like, imagine, it's just like if you put everybody in a room who is like curating shows, whatever, and who's doing the top parties in each city in a fucking room and take money out of the equation, it's like, who's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
doing what.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's
When-
like I think the people in the
Fucking right.
city would come out on top like easy.
No, we would kill it.
Easy.
Because it's artistry. It's actual
It's
art.
artistry. It's just like it's about accessing resources at the end of the
Yeah.
day. And it's just like ultimately the city, the reason why it's behind isn't because of taste, it's because of the access and resources.
We don't have the
Exactly.
resources, and that's
You
what
don't
we
even
fight
like,
for.
Damn.
Like,
have,
imagine-
you don't have the fucking equipment to take it to the next
That's
level.
what we fight
You
for.
don't have the
you know?
you don't have the schools, you don't have the anything, you don't have the fucking freedom to be weird and read fucking manga and find cool shit and get into cyberpunk shit and to get
And
into
that-
shit that's like in the future.
I got a question.
It's just like there's so many different things.
And that's what we do for the
I
kids.
got a
we do it for
question
the
about.
kids.
I got a question about like grants. I'm like, where are the grants from like all the like old techno heads, like the people that like love Ibiza, that like want to push culture forward? I'm like, where is
They
like
in fucking
where are
Ibiza.
the grants? And well, yeah, that was a joke. That was a fucking joke. But I'm like,
But
people that love
really-
techno music and like house music. I'm like, where are the grants to like build that shit out so that people that live in places like New Orleans with real fucking
We're a
talent, like
red state.
if we could take a break, from having to worry about finances, like if you had a grant to like cover, if someone gave you a grant for Setdeflo and they're like, here's $100,000, like we wanted to see you do what you can do. Because that shit exists,
World's
but I'm like,
largest
where is
pizza.
it?
First
Does it
off,
exist for
we
dance
would,
music?
We would get a brick and mortar infrastructure probably. I would
Yeah.
have a fucking day joint for kids where they have smoothies and shit, where they have a place to come eat at. I would have an avocado toast in that bitch. Like this, it'll be so vertically integrated where they would have it'll be basically celebration station for fucking dance music. And the reason we want to do that, the reason we want the bag to do that is because like Mikayla said, if kids, the reason I like operate the way I do in this scene, because I want kids to see they got a cool nigga that can still do this type of music, and I could I could see myself doing that. If they see it square all the time, they gonna think that's some square shit that I can't fuck with. So I'm cognizantly aware of like how I operate and how I'm presented in the scene, so kids could kind of like pick up on what's going on. And really, we want to do shit for the community, and we need the resources to do that. And if it's not, and if we gotta pirate our way to get the resources, which what I mean by, all right, we gotta take this bag, pay Peter to pay Ball to take the bag, and once we get enough social clout, that's where the clout come in at. Once we get enough social clout, it's like, okay, now the corporation. By the time you get the social clout, you don't need the fucking corporations no more. It's like, what the fuck? But I still take your money though.
I mean,
you know?
like, because it's like ultimately it's about what you got at the
Yeah.
like what's like you can produce. Because I mean, the biggest scenes and the most happening scenes out there, whether it's like Berlin or China or wherever, it's like
We're better than
it's-
Berlin. I can confirm.
it's not about. But the thing is like even going back to talking about like pretty female DJs, it's like they don't give a fuck if you're pretty. It's like it's not about what you look like and
Peggy
like
Goo.
what? That's Korea.
No, I'm saying she's pretty.
She's pretty,
Yeah.
and
And she make good music too.
Good
I don't
for
know,
her.
I don't know if she make good music.
stop.
Yeah.
But like for real, it's like outside of that, it's like it's more than just being like pretty and a female and being able to DJ. And it's like it's like great, because to be pretty and to still be able to like do hard shit and keep up with everybody else who's doing hard shit that's a dude, it's like I can do it too. But at the same time, it's like some people are just technically fucking phenomenal and they don't give a fuck what they look like.
Whoever the people are that book for festivals, that book DJs that don't play on actual boards, they don't really push buttons, like they just hire them for their
Yes,
social clout.
yes.
I'm trying to take the jobs of the people that hire them. Like I want to
Ooh.
be.
That's what I'm
I'm trying to take their jobs. I'm trying to get them
Who's
fired.
that chick that Diplo does that all the time? There was a chick that when we played Buku again. It was me and Chill this time though. It was a chick that came on before us or right after
You
us.
talking about the fried chicken fest?
No, it was me and you played. No, me and you played Buku
That was real. It's not a
2019.
joke. That
We
was
played
real.
Buku 2019, bro. When Sam was dancing on stage and shit. You don't remember this shit?
I remember that.
And they had a chick. I forgot her name was Wet Bulb or something.
Wet
Not
bulb.
Wet Bulb. Not Wet
Wait.
Bulb.
Jelly.
That's-
You talking about Jelly?
Nah, I'm tripping.
I was like,
nah.
what?
This her name started with a W. Her name started with a W. It was fucking. I'm drunk a little bit. Her name started with a W. It was Wetty.
Webby.
No.
Webby
no.
performed.
Webby was
Girl
doing
gave
that?
me that.
No, man. It's under. I gotta look it up because y'all think I'm tripping.
Okay,
You
Cat.
could be
Webbo,
tripping.
like, that's
DJ Webby
just-
played.
It was
sure.
Diplo, it was
You could be
Diplo's
tripping.
artists. Diplo just have random artists that he bring down and put on, and she sucked though. She sucked. She was terrible.
Yeah, man.
Moral of the story.
One time there was a shitty DJ.
Yeah, what was the point?
Sounds like every other weekend
I
of
don't
my
know
life.
what was that point. Oh no, the point was the pushing buttons. The point was the push. She was a button pusher. She was a button pusher. She was a button. All
She was
did
pushing my buttons.
All she
But
did,
why?
she just got on stage and jumped behind the fucking stage because when you on the main stages, they can't see what you got, but, so you don't know what you're doing back there.
Right,
She
right.
literally was just back there jumping like this the whole time. I'm like, all right, bro, what the
She
fuck?
didn't put her hands down
Why
one
the
single
fuck wa-
time. She
why
just
the-
went.
Why the fuck was I DJing? Why the fuck was I DJing? I could have came in Beanie Weenie.
No, not Beanie Weenie.
Yeah. Just Beanie Weenie.
Maybe
for
you
the 30
should
minutes.
as like a performance art type thing. I'm trying to combine what Marina Abramovich did for performance art with DJing.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
whatever.
We can
Hot
do
take.
performance art. We talked about this
I think we can take it
did.
there.
about just being like.
That's how you really get their fucking money.
Just
Is when
be
you
nude?
put this level of pretension around it with the frame. You know what I'm saying? Then you really start getting
be
paid.
pretentious for no reason
Oh, there's a reason.
for the bag.
Yeah, the bag is the reason. That's my new mixtape dropping next week.
The bag is the
The
reason.
bag is the reason.
Okay.
I am the reason.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Red pill or blue pill?
I'm deep.
All right, that got awkward.
Yeah. Thank you, Chill, for bringing it back.
You kind of look
That
like
was
Mario
brutal.
right now. Kind of like the hat and the glasses. Like the
I think
Super
we
Mario.
stopped it.
Do we have any segments?
You got
Sometimes
Where are we
have,
at?
sometimes we have a little nice pause after we smoke, so we just.
I was like, you guys are working against the smoking section of the segment.
No, this happened
Show.
last time when we smoked. We all got quiet for a second.
We didn't do a show. It was gonna just take a nap.
I was about to
Everybody
say,
just
what?
take a nap on camera.
Nah. It's but honestly, when it's played back, it looks very authentic. So sometimes you need a little break from talking. You know what I'm saying? You need to just look at each other.
Yeah, like,
Just really gazing at each other.
A nice
Just
gaze.
stop
A
in the-
solid gaze.
Stop in the middle of the pod. And
Everyone just
So
like
deep.
one thing
everyone
to
just
grateful
look at each
for.
other.
Do
Don't
we have
say it,
do
just
we
think
have
about it.
segment parts though? Didn't you have
So
questions?
we do have
Yeah.
segments.
Okay.
The thing that's tricky is that
Oh,
You know,
one
the
of
ability
yeah.
to replay it is
Oh,
not working.
One
can
of the
do it ne-
segments.
we can
One
do
of
it
the
next
segments for chill, and then I did have a hotep segment.
You can do your hood
You do have the Hotep segment, and you can run with that right now.
I think anything I say might be offensive. So
Everything.
By
Let's
definition.
think about that.
Literally
Let's
everything.
think about
so
that.
I'm trying to monitor some of
That was offensive because, like, what are you saying?
My
Are you saying
mind.
I'm just.
I'm trying to.
I'm assuming the worst.
yeah.
I'm trying to. Well, I wanted to talk about Suki Hana, and
Okay.
Who's that?
you know who Suki Hana?
Now I'm eating his ass. Eating his ass.
I am interested. Based on your description.
Say less.
I'm curious.
Nah, I think I don't want to go there. I don't feel like being the.
What is it?
Let me pull it up.
Yeah,
No, I'm
well,
gonna tell
now
you-
you've
I'm gonna tell
baited
you my
us.
opinion in about 10 seconds.
Well, so they got a guy named White. I'm into like gospel hip hop shit, like Vlad TV and World Star Hip Hop. I watch World Star
Whoa.
every day. Like,
Like the news.
Just so you know,
You brought the
That
wrong
is-
bitch on this show, but let's go.
Is she like a,
He's up to date on.
is she like a famous scientist?
He's up to date.
so Suki is like a very toxic female rapper, and she's very demonstrative and over hypersexual.
It says here she has good coochie.
That's she's hypersexual.
I'm gonna fact check
And
this.
recently, a rapper like forced his way of kissing her in the mouth.
Yo, I saw this.
Oh, you seen that, right?
That was disgusting.
Super lame.
Yeah. Now it was lame, but I wanted to see how people felt about that. If she's hypersexual, how did he invite himself, or did she invite him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he invited
Yeah.
himself.
Absolutely.
She invited himself.
Yeah.
he
Wait, who just
sucks.
wrote about toxic dick? What rapper was that? What song is this that I'm thinking of? It's stuck in my head right now. Something about
Toxic
toxic dick.
Toxic dick.
It's
Toxic bitches
everywhere.
just want
whatever
toxic
it is.
dick.
It's called gonorrhea.
So no,
It's a
Nick and I were
plague.
just talking
It's
about
a
it
fucking
because
plague.
it's like we were talking about how
Well, pussy pink, my booty hole brown. That's another song.
I'm like people just write
Okay,
this shit.
and?
I'm like,
It's
did
like
you
trying to-
pee
I don't
poo
know.
territory.
do they really?
I mean, how many dudes rapping about hypersexual shit, and if somebody just
they
grab
really
their
live like
fucking dick in public,
this
they,
is why.
it's
But-
emasculine
do they
if they
really
were
live
like,
like that?
no, don't touch my dick. Like, what?
But do they also really live like that? Because I'm like, these guys are super successful. I'm like, y'all's days really circulate around this shit? No, they don't.
just
you
because
just want-
someone
I'm like-
chooses to like,
People that want to be like you try and live like that, but you don't really live like
no,
that.
you don't.
You don't really live like
don't.
that.
I don't have
like-
no opinion on it too much.
Oh my god,
You know-
I fucking hate you.
You said I don't really care at all. I just wanted to say
I
it.
don't know.
just wanted to
I
start
just wanted to
some
throw a
shit.
grenade
Now
in
we're
the
all
room and
facing
walk
you
out.
and spouting our opinions at the same
See?
time.
This is why I was gonna keep it to myself.
Do better.
No, my
I'm gonna
opinion.
be quiet now.
No, my opinions on that. My opinions on that. I feel like
Oh my god.
How does it tie into artistic integrity?
Yeah,
it doesn't
what?
at all. This is the
Okay.
Hotep segment. This is my
This is
segment.
the Hotep segment.
This is my segment.
I don't feel like we've even fully fleshed out artistic integrity.
We haven't.
Nick had more questions.
All right, well, let's go back to let's
All right,
go
let me
back
see,
to-
let me flesh it out then. Let me flesh it out.
Oh my god.
Let me
God.
flesh it out.
Oh, ooh.
Okay.
You didn't have to do that.
How do y'all feel about? Do y'all? All right, I'm gonna tell you this. This is one because I told Vic this. I think I've told Tucker this. All right,
Oh boy.
I might get canceled for this one, but fuck it.
Oh no.
He's on a roll.
Finally, he gets
All right, Beyonce.
Ooh.
Oh.
I might get canceled for this.
Yo,
I
he
might
might-
get canceled for this.
Yo, he's
Oh my
trying to
God.
he's trying to have us like surrounded.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go home.
All right,
and,
all right. No, hear me out. Hear me out.
We're still having.
Get
Let's have a
boycotted.
conversation.
Hear me out.
Come on, come on.
Is anyone watching this right now?
We have 6 people watching
Hear me
right
out.
now.
Oh my
This
God.
is it's good entertainment.
Hear me out on this one.
Okay.
She's been showing a lot of ass lately, right? I think she's doing it for clout,
Wow.
and I don't think she needs to do it at this age.
Have
in
you
her
ever heard
career.
of the Venus of Willendorf?
No, let me finish. I
Let's
don't even know
go.
what the fuck that is. Who's
Let's
that?
go.
But what I want to say is this though. I feel like why not let the young girls do the ass shit? Because now I feel like you're taking away from your career as a diva. As a diva. No, as a real diva, I feel like she's just doing it to sell records when she don't have to sell records. I think she should pivot and just do fucking a jazz album or something.
Or
you
maybe
doing
that's
it
just,
'cause she
or
doesn't
maybe
have to
that's
sell
just her
records.
perception of beauty.
I don't think it's her perception of beauty.
Why
She
would
doesn't
you
have
know
to
that?
sell
Are you
records?
Beyonce?
Because why she didn't do that when she was
Why
fucking
would you know that?
21?
This all sounds like speculation.
Also, people can change. They can do
Beyonce
whatever the
doesn't
fuck
have
they
to
want.
sell records at all.
Your Honor,
She does.
speculation.
She
Your
doesn't
Honor, speculation.
have to do
She
anything.
doesn't have to
Yeah.
sell records. That's my point. Like, why wait till you get to your fucking 40s and be like, all right, now I want to start showing ass.
Maybe
Why
she
do
Beyonce
wants
always
to.
sold
She
sex.
always
always
showing
showed
ass.
always
no,
sold
bro.
sex.
She's like,
Is her ass out?
yeah, her ass
You can
out,
send me
bro.
this.
Man, she's showing.
Just you got my email.
She
still, right?
always sold sex, but the thing is that the discourse of sex has changed over time, and people are focusing on the
So-
ass more now than previously. But regardless of that, it's like you're gonna change with the discourse.
I don't feel like she has to as an artist, and that's what I mean by artist integrity.
Beyonce is a pop star. She is
Right.
always going to change with the discourse. She
But
is
my-
not.
but
And
I'm not even a Beyonce fan like that.
Neither am I.
You know what I'm saying? I
I'm
think-
definitely not.
I'm not either. But my point was like, all right, my thing is on the artist integrity. Like, yo, why I don't fuck with people who change because someone else did
She's
it.
a pop star. She
have-
has no artistic integrity.
Right.
I have
They-
so
oh,
many.
Wow,
Yeah,
said it.
yeah, exactly. No, I was gonna
She
say
has
that. I was
racial
like, I
and
think
cultural
that-
integrity,
No, I
but
get
not
that.
artistic integrity.
I get that.
So that's like beyond the point.
I don't think that's a question for her anymore.
No.
Because just because of the structure of her career, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying
But-
it shouldn't be that way, but I'm saying like I think for her like this is not about it's not about artistic integrity.
But that's what I mean. I would like to see her do like a fucking album where she does have some integrity. Like even like all right,
I mean,
so
that's a pipe dream.
let's see like Drake. Like Drake. Drake make the same album for the last 15 years. When are you gonna just be like, all right, like Kanye did 808s and Heartbreak? Drake, just do a fucking R&B
You
album.
trying to demand
McDonald's
artistic
use
integrity.
wacky beats.
You trying to demand integrity out of artists who literally make money off of people
The whole
who
point
are
is being an artist.
artistically integral is going to make you waste a lot of time.
It has already.
Because it won't happen. It literally won't happen. That's like trying to like.
It does every day.
That's
Why you
like,
think I had
that's
this-
trying to apply logic to insanity. It just won't
Yeah.
happen.
But my thing is, if you're saying you're a fucking artist and we are looking up to these people as artists, I want the artist to be.
Just because she's an artist doesn't mean she's an artist in the way that you want her to be.
And
I'm
that's
like
why I
this.
don't
I'm
play
like this. Well, don't
Beyonce.
call yourself a fucking artist.
Right, because this happens.
Don't call yourself an artist because this is why I fuck with Ye. Because
Okay.
This is why I fuck with Kanye because I'm like, yo, Kanye's the only true
Okay,
fucking
so here's
artist.
the fucking difference between Beyonce and Kanye, and I'm
He's
gonna
the
just
real fucking artist.
Okay, so so this is all on your
fucking
definition.
with
This is all on your definition of what artistry is, because to Beyonce is more of a political figure than an artist, straight up.
Political
And
figure.
What you
Interesting.
mean by that? What does that mean?
No, you
So
got-
look at
You gotta
look
explain, you
at her,
gotta
look at her,
explain.
look at her,
Listen.
listen, look at her. She's like in with the Obamas and shit. Like she,
Obama's a pop star.
you know, her,
Yeah.
her
He
fucking.
is a pop star.
Yeah.
He is.
He is.
Her
That's the episode
fucking, you know,
He's
changing with the discourse of the standards of beauty and, you know, having all of her, like, cultural references in her music and her influencing all of the young black girls in America. Like, she knows her role that she has to play, and that is what she's doing. And she's going to continue to change with the trends because she knows that she has a heavy influence on the people here in America. No. Kanye...
Yes.
Kanye. So Kanye is an artist.
It doesn't work when you do it, Tuck, huh?
So Kanye is definitely an artist in the sense that he will always and continue to say fuck what everybody has to say. And this is an issue that I have. And I know that Vic's got a question like, what would you tell yourself when you were like 5 years ago or whatever? And mine is that like just like being anti doesn't mean that you have to actually isolate yourself
So
and
let
put
me-
yourself. Look,
I'm gonna let you finish it, but let me comment on that when you finish.
okay, that's fine. With Kanye is basically the complete antithesis to that. And I'm not saying that there's not a use for being the antithesis. There's not a use for being a foil character. That's why it's in every fucking piece of literature you're ever gonna read. There's a use for it. It's like what not to do, in a sense. And him trying to be a political figure, we saw where that went.
Okay.
And then him being an artist, he doesn't need to try to do that. He is.
Okay. So
That's the difference.
I agree with you. He is an artist. This is why I brought up the Beyonce thing. It don't have nothing to do with sexuality. It has more to do with artistry.
You
But
brought up her ass, though.
I know, but sometimes you got to be facetious to make a point.
Interesting.
But, no, you do. That's why Kanye is still relevant.
Is Kanye
And-
making his point?
Yes.
To
Yes.
you,
What is
a
his
grown
point?
man.
No, he's making his
What
point.
about to the children?
He's making his point because this is the thing, and I don't want to get like on racial lines with, but I would say this, not even that, about having your fucking voice, and having a voice is so important, and they shut us up to not have a voice. If Kanye's not no crazier than the craziest white man, and they tried to fucking ban him, he's not. He's crazy as fuck, but you have to be crazy to be black in America. You have to be be an artist in America.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is, for a nigga to have a voice, it's empowering for him to come and say the things that he says, even we know it's fucking out of here, but not get shot and not get killed.
So
that's the point. That's
my thing
the
is like I
second
completely agree with you about like being crazy and having to put yourself out there as a black person in America. I feel the fucking same.
James Baldwin was crazy in the fucking 60s.
I feel the fucking same. Frederick Douglass, everybody was fucking crazy. I get it. And I never once will ever connotate Kanye as crazy. You know, it's like having mental illness is like very serious.
I wouldn't call him crazy either, but I'm like I said, we be
You
facetious
know,
sometimes.
I feel you. I feel whatever. I feel you. It's just like the thing is when it comes to like, and this takes it to another thing, and I feel like people just like ignore this shit and push it under the rug. But when it comes to like the comments that you make when you like sexualize like your daughter like super early, or like you have comments about your wife et cetera. But it's just like, to me, it's like, that's not even Kanye being Kanye. That's like very indicative of how a lot of black men in America think and talk about women here.
I would say
straight up. And it's just like, people just want to be like, Kanye's being Kanye, and it gets fucking umbrellaed under him being a crazy artist and et cetera. And that's just not the case. Because as far as Kanye being an artist, yes, he's a fantastic artist, and he's so great at what he does, and he is able to fucking do and say whatever the fuck he wants to and not really get shit for it. And that is like such a great thing for a black man in America to see. But it comes in conjunction with some like insane toxic masculinity. That's not cool.
Toxic masculinity is a thing. We need to get into divine masculinity. That is a thing. But we have to. We can't. We can't blame toxic masculinity and not blame toxic femininity, because they both exist.
But does toxic femininity happen as a consequence of toxic masculinity?
I think they happen in conjunction with each other. But
no.
Let me make it clear. Okay. Let me make it clear. I don't get into gender wars, because I don't like to get into gender wars, because we do need each other, and we have to learn how to be in harmony.
But we have to be aware too.
We have to learn how to be in harmony, and also, when you're fucking gaslit and have like psychological warfare done on you, and a nigga spazzes out, and you gotta understand the system and pressure that niggas are in. I'm not giving passes to niggas being toxic, because niggas being toxic are just not in tune with themselves. I'm also not gonna give passes to a nigga having to operate in a system that tells you that you're less than, and also tells you that you can't be who you are, which is divinely masculine, because masculinity is totally not valued in our society right now, and it's the last line of protection for black people.
So I was gonna say, so what does it really mean to be successful then?
What does it mean to be successful?
Yeah, what does success really mean then? If we're talking about successful, like people that, I mean, it's the conjunction of fame, money, and politics, and identity in the United States specifically. Well, but it's like, I mean, the conjunction of those things is like it produces toxicity in human beings. So like, what does it mean for us now, like as this generation, and like the things that we're doing in our own communities and in our own relationships, like, what does it really mean to be successful? Because it's not what we're looking at now, because we see a lot of illness, and we see a lot of compromised integrity, we see a lot of hurt human beings, we see a lot of confusion. So what does it really mean, like, for us to be successful? I kind of want to know what it means to us.
I think it's changed. I think it's different for everyone. To be honest with you, and that's not a blanket statement. I just think
I want to know for y'all.
I think it's different for everyone. For me, being successful is to stand on my square and not compromise, and do the right things for my people. And money doesn't move me like that. I mean, I've had plenty of opportunities. I mean, we had 2 record deals when it came to the Pinkham shit. I had plenty of opportunities to kind of sell this shit out. But my thing is, how does that affect my community? That's the reason I haven't left here, is because I want to build something in this community. But success changes for different people, and some people may want different things. But for me, it's much more community based. I know we got off where we was on Mikayla, but it's a different thing for me.
Yeah, it's a different thing. I mean, just to bounce off of earlier, you know, for me, it's like, yeah, masculinity is not having its moment right now, but like, for the first time in how long, you know? It's like, it's time for somebody else to have their moment right now. And it's not even, the thing is like, to not be masculine doesn't even mean you have to be a woman. It's like, it's not about anything else other than like just not subscribing to what people see masculinity as. And I feel like a lot of people in this country would define, and I've seen the panels and the talks or whatever and the studies, a lot of people statistically define masculinity as what you can provide.
No, that's not masculinity.
To you. But I'm saying statistically, the view is what you can provide and what you can do and what you can amount to, et cetera, et cetera. And ultimately, as a black woman in America, it's just like, whether you're white, black, Mexican, whatever, whoever the fuck you are, it's like people off jump. It's like if I get slightly emotionally invested, people are automatically like, oh, you like this, like blah 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 blah.
You talking about as a black woman?
As a
like
black woman,
if you show
as a black woman,
as
a black woman, and then it's like, you know, even jumping off of that in a toxic femininity, it's just like, you know, I gotta raise to whatever the fuck, you know. And the thing is like toxic masculinity. I am not discounting or disvaluing what got everyone there. You know, I know what got us there, but we don't have to stay there.
No.
You know,
when you say what people define toxic masculinity as,
masculinity.
I think niggas don't know what the fuck masculinity is, because you have, you know,
everyone's definition is gonna be different.
I think it's a firm definition on it. To be honest with you,
what's yours?
You know, when we was doing the Pink Room, that was the idea of that, really to show the full spectrum of what a man could be. I mean, it was a reason why Keisha and Brandon was femme, and I was probably the most masculine one. And a lot of times when we was rolling around, I would get the brunt of it. They'd be like, yo, why is you rolling with them two gay niggas? That's what they would tell me. I'm like, that's my partners, and this how we rolling together. But New Orleans is such a toxic place when it comes to that sometimes that you got to explain it to niggas. It's everything that I've done was always to show people, hey, man, you can operate in your divine masculinity, but also divine masculinity is not only providing, but it's also protection and also understanding your feminine side.
Yeah, and even deeper than that, it's just like whatever you present yourself as, even though they're saying that those dudes act gay and not talking about them, you know, there are other people who, you know, come off as feminine presenting, but they still exhibit massive toxic masculinity, you know? It's like a lot of fucking queer baiting going on right now.
I agree with that too. But
so
I'm not the one, but if I say that, I'm going to be in a place of cancellation for real. So I would
love to see that.
I know you would. Yeah. I know you would. I think this conversation is much needed, and sometimes these conversations are so fucking nuanced that people are not trying to listen to them. They're just trying to hear like buzzwords, and like if we clip this up crazy, they're gonna say, why the fuck Beyonce got her ass out? Like it's gonna sound nuts. Yeah. So and for me, I try to kind of not avoid that shit, but I try to make sure I articulate that properly so I won't offend people. And I don't even give a fuck about offending, but I want to make sure that it comes off correctly, because it's people that I love that I don't want to be offended, right?
Right. And ultimately, if these people that you love know who you are and they're comfortable in what they do and how they exhibit their lives, they wouldn't be offended.
I'll tell you this though. No, not to be on the bullshit. I think I really do believe in harmony and balance. So if we don't give each other grace to listen to each other and be aware of each other's shortcomings, we're never going to understand how, number one, to effectively combat white supremacy, and number two, how to effectively engage in real dialogue with each other, so we could come to a place of understanding. Right now, a lot of niggas just arguing, and a lot of times I just be joking. This shit don't be that deep to me, because we gonna affect change through putting candy out there, and niggas gonna just eat it. But my thing is, when we get higher in the realms of what we trying to do with this shit, we do want to have discussions like this. I'd rather have those discussions with a fucking full panel, but something, you know.
I mean, yeah, you know, it's just like, I don't know. What were you gonna say?
No, I guess it's like interesting, you know, just hearing the whole conversation, and I guess if we're talking about like if there was like masculine or more so feminine roles, I think one thing from my personal experience, I think I noticed like being, I guess, masculine comes with like for me personally, comes with like protection and providing. So, or for instance, this is how I sum it up. Like if there's like a knock on the door, or if there's like something, you know, that's like a spider, like who, you know, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go get the spider? Are you gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna go run?
Yeah.
Like you hear a strange noise and your partner's scared. Like you're gonna get up and like, yo, like what is that? And I kind of relate that to like the real world, like where, you know, there does need to be this direction of like, okay, there's knocking at the door, or there's like there's a spider, like who's gonna
You're
go
the first line of
yeah,
defense.
yeah, who's gonna, just even in terms of like energy. And there's also, I guess more so neutering. I kind of learned this through the process of like having a baby. That kind of definitely like put me in a definite like defined like role. I guess I kind of had to understand it on a different level. Like, okay, this person has to be nursing, and I have to do everything, like literally, like I have to, put a lot of things, clean the house and, make sure the house is good, provide, or even if we take out capitalism, a lot of people think, okay, we're just gonna sit around and be free, have this utopia. Nah, people got to go pick the apples and cut trees, and you got to do more work. So to quote unquote survive, and I think that's what it comes down to, is like survival. Like what will be our roles if like none of this shit existed, and we needed electricity, we needed shelter, we needed to build shelter, we needed to survive basically, and there would be like roles in nature. I guess I'm not saying I'm speaking energetically, of course, not physical, but there would be roles. Like we would have to, like, somebody's gonna go walk down and get the water and build the water purifier.
I'll be the astrologer on the conference.
Right. So, real
I
talk.
do everyone's zodiac
That's
sign
talk.
charts.
Yeah, right.
Everything you gotta do shit.
And
It's
it's like there's nothing wrong with, like, if you decide to subscribe to that, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the issue that comes into play, and I always am giving grace. Like all my friends are like, my biggest red flag is that I forgive a lot of red flags or whatever. It's like I'm all about giving grace, but my thing is like at some point, like the things that you're not addressing that your friends are doing are harming people. It's like, are you gonna address that?
It all requires awareness. Like everything that Chill just said about just like that perceptiveness. If there's like something that's like disrupting the energy, or there's something that needs addressing, like it's not just the ability to like provide and protect. It's the awareness of like your surroundings. And like with what you were saying about being aware of like everybody, around you, like your loved ones, like not wanting to offend anybody, but not being afraid to have conversations, like that requires so much awareness. And like it requires a lot of strength to be able to like hold that space and have those conversations without like blowing tops off and stuff like that, where we're just like freaking out, or we're angry, or we're protective and defensive. It's like that's what real, like, in terms of like divinity with masculinity and femininity is being able to have that awareness and being able to like coexist and work together in that sense.
So me and Vic was at a meeting yesterday.
Oh God!
I love this.
Yeah.
Don't bring me into this.
I love this.
No, was this an AA meeting or
You can call it that. We was having a business meeting.
business meeting? Yeah,
And
it should have been an AA meeting.
And I told her, I went on a rant, and I go on rants a lot. Everybody who know me know I go on rants.
It's a daily practice.
And but I was talking about how I went on a rant about navigating the space that I'm in, because me and Chill, two cis men in a LGBT space, primarily, and we get shit for that sometimes, and we get people come to us about that. And when we talked about first, my whole agenda was to have spaces that didn't alienate anyone, because I'm from New Orleans, and I got uncles that's gay, cousins that's gay, and I got cousins that's on some hood shit. And we'll all be in the party together, vibing out. And I just wanted to create that space with Setdeflo. So we successfully did that. And as a black man, my role as a protector, I value that, and that makes me feel, that fulfills me. And if you ever came to our parties, you would know me and Chill look to protect our space and protect our room. And that's how we kind of show up in the space. Like, nigga, ain't shit gonna happen, because we on that type of time. Because even if you are a guy, you might not be on the same type of time we on when it comes to protection. You might not just be strong in that element. You might be strong from a spiritual sense. And we gotta recognize that. And that's kind of, so a lot of times I get annoyed with how people try to question what me and Chill do in the space when we coming in with good faith and we coming in with integrity. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
sometimes I got to check myself on not crashing out. So a lot of times I was gonna crash out on the internet. Be like, man, fuck all you.
Don't die on the internet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Chill
it's
had to
like,
stop me.
I mean, I feel that too because it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, as a man or as a white person, whatever, it's like you gotta just like take a step back, you know, can't say shit, whatever. But just like for me, it's like there's nothing more like I feel like so important and satisfying and enjoyable to see than just like black men that are able to be free and just have a good time regardless of who's around them or who, you know, is enjoying their shit or who they're enjoying, et cetera, et cetera. And despite who they're fucking or, you know, all these things. And so it's just like, for me, it's like, I mean, that's why I fuck with y'all, you know? It's like, I know what y'all stand for just off glance.
Yeah.
You know? And I understand with the world that we live in, people are very triggered and easily triggered. And I can understand why and how, you know? It's like, I mean, I'm female presenting, et cetera, you know? It's like, I understand. But I think that, you know, in spite of that, not everybody knows that y'all are like that. And even if y'all are like that, all of y'all's friends aren't.
Yeah, and I know that, and that's the reason. Like honestly, the show, the radio show is so important, so they could get a perspective of our voice. Because I don't really give a fuck to talk to people. I really don't. Like I don't talk to a lot of people. Like, and I could care less to talk to you because like I'm too busy trying to do some shit
Well, you
in
got
the
shit
community.
to do.
I got shit to do. So it's like, yo, like, but on the radio show, I don't mind talking to my friends. But honestly, this is the most turned up I've seen you before. Like,
Really?
Like outside of partying.
Yeah, you
but
should
like,
come back on the show.
Outside of partying?
You
Hell
definitely
yeah.
should come back on the show, Mikayla.
Yes.
Just because I like when you talk shit and it's good. I like people who talk shit.
I
You
talk
know
a
what I'm
lot
saying?
of shit.
Yeah, you do talk a lot of shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like we really just, man, we all just trying to get along. Can we all
trying to get along?
along?
And ultimately, I mean, like, just like you don't have to explain yourself, it's the same, you know, for anyone who is not cisgender, they are not required to out themselves or explain themselves. You know, it works the same for
Yeah.
everybody. So it's like we're all on
Yeah.
the same fucking shit. We're all protected by, you know, the laws of humanity that exist outside of the fucking Constitution. It's like we are all on the same side, you know? And so it's just about like supporting each other and shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, yeah. That's why it's so good to commune, and that's why we're doing Stony Blue this Saturday.
Stony Blue. And
Yeah.
Friday
Scene.
at Chapel Club
Yeah.
from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Don't come too late because we don't stay open past
Right,
that time.
right. Wow. From the Garden District to the Bywater.
You got a joke?
Yeah, my music career.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
All right, look, what time is it?
We got 10.
We got 9 minutes.
we got-
Fuck.
No, we could talk about some more shit.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
yeah.
me and Tucker got serious last week about flat Earth and what else we was talking about? The pineal gland.
Yeah, the
Wow.
yeah.
I hate that you posted my picture with that. I
Yeah.
was like,
I was
fuck, if people
sliding
click
through.
on this shit, that's gonna be the
Yeah.
fucking caption.
Oh, you're the pineal gland girl.
The G spot,
Man,
the male G
The
spot.
pineal gland is the male G
I was
spot.
like,
Yeah,
alright.
it's the other P word.
the
Yeah.
other P word.
That's my new book, The Other P Word.
Actually, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Wait, Tucker, you should tell him. You should tell him what the real book is.
I'm working on a medical document right now. It's a medical document / exploration of culture right now. It's called The Clitoris Myth. It's being published on Amazon. I'm citing multiple medical sources.
Wait, what's your
It's
document?
my thesis.
What's the cover look like?
Well, you know, it's a diagram.
Y'all know who Slim Slug is?
Yeah.
Slim
Thank you,
Shug?
Dime.
I
Shout out
feel
Dime.
like I heard this name
Yeah,
before.
I'm texting him right now. I'm trying to get him down here.
Oh, tight.
You know who hit me up recently?
Ooh,
I gotta look into it though. I gotta talk to. I don't know how Poor Boy shit works.
let's do another
I
deal.
haven't dealt with Matt yet.
Let's do it with me.
Nick Leon's people.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
No, but he did. I thought Prescott did something with him already.
He did,
A
but
little
they
bit
just
ago.
reached out to me like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I reached out to that nigga too, but he
Well,
popping right now.
His like managers.
No, I didn't reach out to him. I just like DM like pull up.
It was because
It's like 4 a.m. Like, pull up. Okay.
I really admire that.
That's what I text Tim. I
That
said-
works for you though.
Yeah, I just said pull up. I text
we
Slim.
can talk about it. It's because I'm dealing with their management though. You know, it's like with
So
Stoney,
they gonna,
it's like
they gonna
he's
text. They gonna
Stoney's
charge you.
indie, so it's like,
Yeah.
but this is different. So
They might tax.
I mean, it's not that much,
It should be
honestly.
that.
Just it's like 2K.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I really think doing it.
I play a lot of
We'll
his tracks.
sidebar.
I play a lot of his
We'll
tracks.
sidebar. We'll
Let's
sidebar.
talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk. Yeah. No, I'm fucking with it. I'm
Yeah.
fucking with it.
Sidebar.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We should
Let's
start.
talk about it. I got an idea for that.
Okay.
I just
you
text
already
you.
got it. Okay.
I said we could get you down in the dirty. That.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's
trying to
He's
fuck.
too cool for school, bro. He's too.
down in the
He's too
Oh
dirty.
my
cool
God.
for school, dog.
I don't
Like,
be like.
That works for you
He
though.
left you on red. Did he read it or
Hey,
no?
man, he texted me. He said, let's holler.
Okay.
I don't be texting niggas like mad shit. Like,
Yeah,
pull
no,
up,
no,
nigga.
no.
Like, what's good?
No, it's
1 to 2 sentences, and that's the max.
Yeah, bro. Because, like, it's the dirty South. I know y'all never been here. And
You
I
know what? You should also come
y'all
and
think we
play
do voodoo.
Jay hit linked me with. Do you know Pilata?
I don't know.
They're so sick. Yeah.
Oh.
They're technically out of Montreal, but they're sick. So they're they're doing I think a live show at Poor Boy. I don't know.
Oh.
No, sorry.
No, we fuck with poor boys.
Sorry, Jay. Sorry, Jay. But they're gonna do a DJ set though at the hotel too.
Oh. See, Mikayla running all the plays. That's why
I'm
she makes
sorry.
the big
I
Queen of the
hope no
underground.
one's watching this. That's gonna get me in trouble.
Nobody gonna watch it. We could cut this out part. We could cut this part out.
Hey,
No,
no
I
one
said-
watches
All right,
this
all
shit.
right,
What
all
I'm saying
right. Hold
is
on.
Nobody watch it till the last 2 hours.
What
You know what I'm
idiot would
saying?
put this on?
The last 2 hours, people watch like the first 20 minutes
Right, but
until we get popping.
let's talk about it.
They're gonna
Let's
dig this
talk
up in
about
10
it.
years.
Let's talk about
I'm
it.
with it. I got ideas. We got ideas.
Who is this man?
We got ideas.
It's all good.
It's
It's
all
all
good.
good.
I'm loving the SDF.
Original.
Who's your favorite Jewish
It's a
comedian?
connection.
Chet
Favorite
Hanks.
what?
Who's your favorite Jewish comedian?
Chet Hanks.
Chet Hanks. Okay, what? Is he
Root by
Jewish?
original.
Is he a comedian?
Bumba Clock.
Right. That was a
He
good
was
bit.
loving that. He
That was a good bit
totally-
4 years
he was
ago.
loving that
Are
shit.
you guys gonna
He
go
was
out
loving
with? Are we going out after this?
Oh, we can?
Let's do it.
Let's go somewhere.
Let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, we should go live on
Yeah,
the
let's do
Discord.
it.
Let's go live on the Discord.
Yeah, let's go on Chatterbait.
I gotta go teach 3rd graders at 11 a.m.
Wow.
I have to be at work early.
Wow.
I have to be at work at 9 a.m., but it doesn't
You're
matter.
a teacher by day, a DJ
We
by
can
night.
do it.
Every day.
Do they
Real
know you
life.
DJ?
Friday.
Do they know you DJ?
They do. They don't think it's cool.
They
Right.
don't?
Damn.
I do want to go
They
speak to some
couldn't
kids.
care less.
Could I come talk to the
Ooh,
kids?
bring Cav to class.
Yeah, can I come talk
Bring
to the
Cav to
kids?
class.
to
day.
Career
What?
day.
Holy shit.
I would love to talk to kids though.
I can ask.
Well,
Y'all wanna?
I would
Where are
love
the
to do
kids'
that.
faces at?
Can I just be there as support?
Yes.
I love kids. love kids.
I would love that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've talked to. I've
He
talked,
would
I've
speak
spoke to
Oh my God.
college kids before though.
We can.
Do you know what
Okay,
the
well
pineal
they're
gland
9.
is?
Yeah. I spoke to Tulane kids,
So
and they didn't know shit.
Of
They
course
didn't know
didn't.
nothing, yo.
Did you speak to like the? Oh, you didn't go to Loyola.
No, it was at Tulane. It was my homegirl. She teaches a class about black music in the diaspora.
They don't know anything.
my kids don't like
trying to teach them about how to
anything
do
but
that.
Kids Bop.
I don't know nothing about that.
You gotta understand. Is
Well,
like
then y'all
people-
have something in common.
You
We
gotta
don't-
understand is like people come to New Orleans to learn about this traditional jazz shit.
Bro, it was so bad.
That's a
asking
whole
them-
nother conversation.
I was telling them shit I was doing. I'm like, bro, what are y'all? Y'all 19 and y'all should be telling me what to do.
They want to play fucking.
I'm like, I'm
Y'all should be
mad.
scamming.
They want to do trio.
Yeah, y'all should be scamming.
Should be scamming.
Get it
They want to do
together.
fucking jazz quartets at Snake and Jake.
They're being
What's outta
scammed by Tulane.
That sounds nuts. I've seen
It's
it.
all about
I've seen
it's all about spectatorship.
I've seen that jazz quartet at Snake and Jake's too.
Well, look. As far as talking to the 3rd
think they're
graders, let's
Bacchanal
talk
now.
about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
How long you teaching for?
Let's
How long-
talk about
How long you
it.
teaching for?
right.
Or like when the school's over?
Well, so it's over on the 30th is the last day.
You know,
Oh,
it's the
that's next
summer.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
and
know
I'm
what's
gonna be
going
gone a
on.
couple days because we're going to look at apartments
I don't
in
know.
New Haven.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
In New Haven?
So
Yes.
You're moving?
Moving.
She's moving.
August 8th, we're moving.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Connecticut.
I can't announce why because the official announcement hasn't been made yet.
Not yet, we're not
He's watching
congratulating.
this right now.
All
If
right.
there's one person on there, it's Nick.
Shout out Nick, what's poppin'?
Aww.
But yeah, we're moving. So that all
Now
these
that's
all
some
these talks of
positive
DJing in
masculinity
New
right
York,
there.
I'm like,
Yeah.
let's
We
go.
love positive masculinity.
Y'all better all come out to New
Do
York.
your moaning. Do your moan thing.
You know, everyone looked at you when you said that. You know, I kind of got stage fright.
So
You know, I
Just
drank
do
a
it
lot of
when we
whiskey.
least expect it.
I drank a lot of whiskey.
He does a moan that I love. Pause.
That you okay?
Yeah. He does a moan that I like.
No one look.
He does a moan that I like.
He does like that one
Yeah,
move.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna stop bullshit.
Yeah, that's a,
This is our version of positive masculinity.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm gonna stop
Keep
bullshit.
going.
All right. Dude, Mikayla, you got anything this week?
Was that it? That was it.
He charged that shit up too.
I
He was
told
like,
you he had a moan.
Maybe to change the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
So about the funeral.
do you have
Drop it
anything
then.
You got going on this week, yo?
Yes, I do.
All right, run it down. Run the whole St. V schedule.
So
I gotta come pick up my band too.
your what?
Your bag?
You
No, I
have
got a
bag at
membership.
that
I got a
too?
membership.
Oh, your
I haven't picked-
keychain.
yeah, I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah, come by the
YMCA?
pool. Come
Yeah.
hang out. So this week we got Stony Blue and Chapel Club
Stony
on Friday
Blue.
night. Come
Shout out to
by.
Stony.
Everybody fucking just come and vibe. It's like it can be an early night. We can all go out together after and get
Yeah.
drunk. I'll get everybody drunk.
Turn up.
It'll be fun.
Turn up.
It'll be fucking chill. And then Saturday night, as a precursor to Setdeflo, everybody come by Chapel Club again for our residency that's done by Embassy Studio, which is the recording studio of Material Institute.
I love them.
They're so sick.
Wow.
We
Shout out
have
Hush Pup.
That's the kids. That's
yeah,
what
Hush
the
Pup
kids.
Yeah.
so Hush Pup is running this residency, and it's called Material Sounds. Come by. It's going to be really dope. It's going to sound awesome. And it's fucking free. Both
Mm.
events are free.
So wait,
Yes.
what time's the Material Sounds?
Material Sounds, doors are at 7.
Oh.
The Friday night show is free.
Yeah. Both
Wow.
shows
Damn,
are
for
free.
real?
Yeah, both are free.
Wow.
I'm gonna come buy a $14 gin and tonic in that case.
I mean, I'll be there. I can get everybody drunk on mezcal.
Wow.
It'll be fun.
Gab-
So yeah, come by. Stony's set doors are at. Come by at like 8:39. We have
Perfecto.
Quick Weave,
My man, Pink Rim OG.
the fucking guy.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we have Nick Ranieri. If you guys know Dominique Ranieri, it's her brother. He's really
Okay.
good. He's from Chicago.
No, but yes.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be like
yes.
some like ghetto
Yeah.
house, ghetto techno, some like remixes. It'll be sick. And then we will have Stony
Yes.
as well. Yes.
Yes.
And then Saturday with Material Sounds is gonna be dope too. Come by. The music will start around 8. Got Hill Turn playing some songs in between, et cetera, and then we'll
I was about
all.
to make a heel turn joke.
We're not gonna do that,
Heel turn.
or we
Do you have heel
can
turn
after.
jokes?
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You have a
We'll
heel
do
turn
it
joke?
after this.
I don't have it. Right now.
And then we're all gonna migrate to the Domino.
Yeah. Gabby, what you got this weekend?
Honestly, it's just a Saturday. So Saturday,
Okay.
I wish I wish I could come to that.
Clear your schedule. That's
Um,
what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what. I have 3 jobs and I'll be so tired during the
I feel
week.
you.
Fair.
But Saturday, so I'm playing at Tell Me Bar from 8 until 11, and then I'm
Our
going right to
favorite
Set the
wine
Flow.
Our favorite
We
wine
love
Yeah.
bar.
Tell Me.
We love
Yeah,
Tell
so
Me
I'll be
Bar.
there.
We
Um,
love Tell Me Bar.
Yeah, we love it. Famous plug. You should get free
And
drinks.
that's it. But my books are
They
closed
should
this
give us free
summer.
drinks.
Your books closed?
My books are
Your
closed.
books are closed. We
for
got
the
you
first
right
the
before.
first time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So books are
Vic,
closed.
you got anything? When it died? How your mic die?
It's like, damn.
Oh.
Shout out Vic, the best showrunner
All right.
in this room.
Shout out to Vic in the Webby outfit, the scandalous Webby outfit.
Yes.
Yeah, we just bring it up every episode.
People love that. I love that outfit.
Yeah.
I get asked about that outfit.
Wow.
It's like, I'm not
Joe,
gonna do
where
it,
you
but-
at?
Oh yeah, I'm just at Setdeflo this week.
Bad. Tucker, we don't care. All right, so
Fuck you, bitch.
are you somewhere this weekend?
No. No, fuck no. No, I'm in the creative cave, bro.
Yeah.
I'm cooking up new shit, bro.
He's coming to all of our shit. He's
I'm
an
supporting y'all.
He's an attendee.
I'm here to
Thank
support
you.
y'all.
Thank you.
VIP.
We appreciate him.
I'm in the cocoon right now.
I can't wait to chop
Twin
up
Sugar coming
me and
back soon.
Mikayla talking about like racial shit. That's gonna be hard. We're gonna make Tucker like vibe it out. It's gonna be
We
a
want a
vibe.
referee.
What?
Yeah,
Your
that's
gender
what-
war?
Yeah, that gender war.
I don't know if I'm the best referee for a gender war.
You are.
Right. I do represent both of the best parts of masculinity and femininity.
You do.
It's true.
You got a beautiful bone structure.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's really all it takes.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm stop bullshitting. We gonna see y'all
that
this
was
weekend.
bullshit?
We gonna see y'all this weekend. I appreciate you. I appreciate both of y'all. I had fun. It was a good time.
Where are we going?
Let's go to Domino. They got. I think they got like karaoke night. Oh yeah. I don't know where we could go there. What the fuck it is? Today Tuesday.
Bud
Vic,
Rips.
you want to go to Saturday?
Bud Rips, BJ's.
Bud Rips. Do y'all
Bud
go to
Rips?
Pals?
Is
ever?
that balconies open
I
on
like
Anna's?
Pals.
Oh, we could go to
Pals.
Pals is tight.
What pals at?
Bayou
Mid-City?
Saint Jean.
Oh yeah.
Bayou Saint John.
We
It's
go to
close but
Buzz.
not walkable.
Right.
All right.
Screw you guys.
All right.
All right. All right. So let's sign us off.
Yeah, just turn the music on. Let's vibe out.
Let's vibe
Yeah.
out. Let's ride these chill waves of Vibe
Peace.
Town.
We got food. Oh,
Bye.
shit.
Yeah, they got
I
food
gotta
right here.
eat.
Ryan texted me and said this is the best set radio yet. What? Your gender war?
Yeah, that gender war.
I don't know if I'm the best referee for a gender war.
You are.
Right. I do represent